guys.
We walk the footsteps of our fathers, the trail blazed by our mothers. They bought the land with their blood long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my. Oh, sing of my Netherren. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for my Netherren. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my. Sing of my Netherren. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for my Netherren. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my. Sing of my Netherren. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for my Netherren. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my.
The wheel of time turns, and ages comes and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave it birth comes again. This is Aiel, Ogres, and AudioBooks, episode 17, the last chapters. Joining me is Spur Snake, Pineapple, and Annie. Let's get it done.
Woo! Right. Look at that energy. Fucking Lou bringing it this morning. Thank you, sir.
And what a close to a book.
Super happy to see everybody. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. Annie, Lou, and Echo. Good to see you. Good morning. It's 1 in the afternoon here, but it's morning for me. I've been awake a total hour and a half, so yeah, it technically can be morning. Chris, good to see you. Tim, good to see you. Young Old Vibes in the chat. Good to see you as well. Real quick, right off the bat, I have to do this to you guys. Annie, can you make me full screen, please? I can't never remember which button does which. So, real quick, right off the bat, unplayed. The thing is pinned to the top of the chat. Supertip.gg. Tim came through and gave us a nice little Merry Christmas, buddy. $4 from Tim. Thank you to my favorite degenerate poker friend. Starting the show off right. Look at that. We got a tip.
Thank you, Tim.
Everybody gets 80 cents of that, so we'll divide that up 4 ways right after the show. You can get a pack of gum and have a couple pennies in your change drawer.
Where are you getting?
Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right. Where? What?
Please enlighten me.
Dollar. Yeah, I know everything's. You can't. You used
It's $1.29 at least
distance,
now.
You used to be able to make a long distance phone call for $1. Remember that? 1-800-COLLECT. Anybody?
Someone thinks he's still in the Two Rivers, doesn't he? With these kind of prices, we're in Camelin now.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Where's? I can get me a whole. Inflation hasn't reached us here in the backwoods yet, on the quarry road.
You would think it'd find you there first.
Yeah, right. So last week we kind of hit a little bit of a peak with the Green Man, a couple of Forsaken, and a little quick battle that was starting to take place. We left off with everybody kind of fleeing away from Agonor, with Moraine bathing him in fire. trying to save Rand, I think. You know, he was, and Egwene as well, and Rand was running away from Agenor, and we ended on literally a scream from Moraine, and that was like it. It was another one of those, like with the Ways chapters, where it just ends on a thing, and you kind of want to keep going, but we couldn't. But here we are again, chapter 51, Against the Shadow, and we pick right up right there, and the narrator is doing a fantastic job, in my opinion. He's keeping the pace going. He's keeping the intensity going. Rand is running through some brush uphill. He's getting poked by pricker bushes, rose bushes, petals are falling. We're still in the Green Man's territory. Moraine at this point has stopped screaming, or at least the screams have gone far enough away he can't hear them anymore. And as he's climbing up the hill, he's getting battered. He comes to a clearing, and right at the top of the hill, there's like a ridge, and he looks down, and it's a sheer drop. The phrase was as plain as a carpenter's board, like it's just straight drop. And so now he has nowhere to go, and he's panicking. Go path, something's got. And that's why I was like really into the narrator right away. Like he was bringing it with that. Like, oh, fuck, where do I go? And he turns around, and what does he do? He turns around and sees Agenor standing right there, who is going on about how the Dark One is going to reward him, and for bringing him to Sheol Ghul and all this. But why let him live, and why share any of that power with you? I'm going to kill you, so that way at least you'll serve him in death then that way. And Rand is kind of like not really having it. He's like a little feared, but he notices this pulsating, glowing rope behind Agenor. And it's something is feeding the Forsaken there. Like Agenor, we don't know. It's not exactly explained what it is, but you can kind of surmise based on, you know, the other 51 chapters that we've been through, or 50 chapters. And as he's there, he's noticing it, and a wisp reaches out and touches Rand. And he's like, oh no, like Agenor is like freaking out. You can't have that. That's not for you. You know, like he gets all pissed off about it. And it starts feeding into Rand too. Just a little wisp touches him. And then all of a sudden, like light fills Rand. Like he's just like, blinded by. I'm not going to read to read stuff there.
Plugged in a light bulb.
Yes, and so like it's burning, it's hot. He feels overwhelmed with it, and his thoughts are concentrating on like, I need to get away. And again, like something just kind of happens. You know, we don't know how. I wrote the word teleport, but what? I don't know. It's not exactly explained to us, but he winds up in the middle of a valley where he's seeing this battle happening in front of him. Half men running it, and Trollocs facing men on horses who are bloodied and battered. Some horses are riderless, and some people are fighting on foot. And this is the battle that we know everybody rode off to fight in Tarwin's Gap in the previous chapters. This is the one where we got that nice procession description. We're here now in Tarwin's Gaps, and when Rand is in the middle, somehow he wound up in the middle of this battle, and is just standing there. And he sees that the soldiers are starting to rally and do their last stand against what's left of these Trollocs. Like there was a moment where they're both parting and regrouping, but the Trollocs and Fades and now Drakkar that are flying overhead outnumber these men almost 2-1. And even though they know they might lose, they're still rallying against these dark entities and wanting to make their stand. Annie, go ahead.
You know, it would turn the ground, like turn the tide really easily.
What's that?
A crate of M1 Garands.
If it was that time of year, sure. But even still, I think the Fades and Trollocs kind of, they might have numbers. That's usually the way they win. But even more powerful than the M1 Grand, as the Shadows rallying and making a charge, Rand says this can't be. He's upset, and like all these things are happening at once. And even some of the other soldiers notice him. They stand in their stirrups and they're pointing at, there's a guy over there. What the hell's going on? Like they don't realize it. But Rand's going through this. I don't know how to describe it exactly, other than some weird puberty. where he's like screaming in anger and having like this hot flash, and somehow it channels lightning. Like because it's in his head. He's like, it's a heat, it's terrible, and then he thinks about like, you know, how lightning would be in a way. Almost, it's kind of described to us, not exactly, but it starts electrocuting some of the Drakkar out of the sky, and as his anger grows, like he channels flames that start burning some of the Trollocs, and then he falls to the ground and starts pounding on the ground and is very upset and angry, and then the earth ripples like if he was pounding water, and the water would ripple, and it would and then the mountains come crashing down on all these dark entities, you know, and they're all confused by it, like what the hell's going on, and all these soldiers are witnessing this, and a voice comes into his head and says that only I can't help, but only the chosen one can do what must be done. And he's like, what? Where? Like Rand is like, I don't know. This is interesting to me because I really don't catch this often. I was like, where the hell did this voice come from and who is it? I don't remember any of this, and I'll ask it in a moment here after we get to the part where I want to take a quick break. And so Rand's almost trampled by the on-charge from the men going towards the last of the Fades and Trollocs, but like the voice says again, it won't happen here, and then Rand shouts, where? And all of a sudden these weird stairs appear out of nowhere, and as the charge is coming, Rand moves up the stairs into blackness, like it's just a stairway to nothing but blackness. So before we get up them stairs, do you guys have any opinion on what just happened here? Annie, Lou, then Echo.
Well, basically, Rand went Avatar state and started just like wreaking havoc on the war zone. Now, we're going to assume he somehow didn't friendly fire anyone because it's not mentioned that he does. So, good job, Rand. You basically just one-shotted an army. Awesome.
Excuse me. So, what is it with bad guys and the slow walk trope? Even in a fucking book, you got the hero running, but the bad guy's walking like it's nothing. Michael Myers does it.
Because it's
Freddy did it. It's like, come on, man. Like, even in a book, God damn it. And I guess Rand decided to use his inner Goku instant transmission to get from one spot to another. Like, remember, I listened to this last week and was confused then as I am now. Like, how did he get from point A to point B? Which is fine, whatever. They'll probably explain it.
After Echo, I have a theory.
You know, it is what it is. And I am going to save towards the whole thing is done my thoughts, because boy, was this fucked up differently. We'll just leave it at that. Your turn, Pineapple.
Thanks, Lou. So my real answer would be somewhere along the lines of what Chris Mack keeps trying to put spoilers in the chat about, of how he seems to be in two places at once, or at least in another place very quickly afterwards. So I won't go into too much detail there, but it is ambiguous. I listened to it twice and I was still kind of like, so does he just raise up? Is he kind of like just above them, you know, and he can just see him from like a distance? Is he coincidentally where the Green Man is? Is that also where the army just happened to be fighting? Is because obviously it's not actually where they were, you know, it's based on need. So we kind of discussed that you kind of get teleported there or what have you. So that physical location might actually be where the army went, you know, to defend the Shineer
in Tarwin's Gap,
whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tarwin's Gap. Thank you very much. But yes, yeah, I'm so glad finally we now know what we know about Rand, because that's the one thing you really don't want to accidentally say to Annie halfway through the book, you know, or make it too obvious. But yeah, no, I thought it was I think Lou finally got the battle that he really wanted, you know, the fight. I think they do it too quickly. Ironically, maybe I'm just used to it, but I think they rush the like really important battles.
Dude,
So,
this battle, like I said, I'll do the comparison later. Battle's fine, but boy, the changes they made, oh Lord.
Yeah, I
the
understand.
book didn't
And
make any changes. Just showed it. The book is
Oh,
perfect.
did they? Jeez.
Go on, Annie, what was the point you
yes,
wanted to add after me? Sorry, and then Spug take control.
yeah.
It seems like it is a combo form of astral projection and body relocation. So I think he is literally in both places because he, at the end of this whole skirmish, returns back to where he left from as though he never moved. So it's possible that he was experiencing both things simultaneously while like blacking out of the one and kind of just putting his consciousness in another location while physically being there. If the one power is like literally just magic, then it's not out of the question that you can physically be in two places at once. Jumping ahead a little bit, somebody mentions that they see a man out there in the battlefield. So, unless he's just like a ghost form, just casting spells out there, I think he's physically there while still physically at the eye of the world.
I like
Interesting.
your theory.
And my theory, I feel like is kind of backed up because the reverse happens whenever Beelzemon is coming to him in the dreams. Rand's consciousness is being kind of ripped out of his body and put somewhere else, which is why it feels so real, is because he is there physically and consciously.
So they know how to channel Doctor Strange energy. Love it.
A couple things in the chat real quick. Yes, there are spoilers to this answer, like directly. But
well, spoilers.
like
we're gonna read all the books, so I'm sure we'll get to it.
That's yes, and that's what leads to the next one. Deadpool's comment. Listen to it's probably a abridged version too. I could tell you for sure that the versions that Annie and I are listening to are the unabridged versions. So there's going to be a lot of repetition and driven home. In there. So
we're not savages, jeez.
But that's the way it's intended.
Right.
So,
and I like that. I like it. It impresses me that you guys come up with theories like that, especially Annie with the. I don't want to give away too much. You're not exactly far off with what you said, and you'll learn about it more coming up. I think more in the next book, actually. Back to the notes, right? So he walks up the stairs into blackness. Like that's what we get. We get like a little bit of a picture of how he travels mentally, though. Like if it is a teleport thing like that, like he has to like imagine going back at least, right? So he's going up these stairs into darkness, and as he's going up the stairs, he can see that there's a cord attached to him, and it's filling him with the power. As he climbs up the stairs, he reaches a door, a very familiar door. Speaking of, and as he goes to push the door open, it busts into pieces. And then we walk into this room, a very familiar room, with a fireplace on the side, a table in the middle, and it's for the audience's purposes, it's the same room that Beelzemon, the one that Annie just mentioned, keeps seeing Rand in his dreams. This is where they meet, wherever that is, right? Like it. So,
and to follow up on why I think what I think is because this projection form of him is able to go from the battlefield to this place that Rand has physically never been, because Rand is still physically at the eye of the world.
Yes, Chris Mack. That's one of the best descriptions with the burning souls in the hearth. You look over, you see the fire. It's not just a fire, it's a fire of faces and screams and things. And Rand is in there alone, but then Beelzemon appears and he's like, I know who you, now I have you marked. Like he knows who he's looking for. Throughout the whole book, Beelzemon was a little, I don't want to say confused, but unsure of who he was looking for. And I think one of the first ones he was able to suss out was Matt because of the dagger he picked up. I know who you are now. And so he was still kind of juggling between Perrin and Rand of who he was looking for in particular. And we
Yeah,
find
because
out
it's
here,
really hard to tell between the guy with the sword and the guy with the wolf. Really hard to tell. Wolves are shaped like swords, after all.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think he knew who was going to be what. It could have been a guy with a wolf, but we know because we're smart. We know the guy with the sword is the guy with the sword, and that's, I think we have some. I don't know what to call it, but we have that knowledge that outside.
Look, if Beelzemon wasn't trying to look so intimidating with his flame eyes, he might be able to see better.
Why can't we have a wolf sword? I agree, Chalky. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Leave a like and a subscribe or whatever. Garbage. I'm so terrible at that. So Beelzemon is intimidating. I know you. And Rand is kind of standing his ground this time. I'm tired of running. You gotta hit it. You gotta hit the like button an odd number of times, not 2 times, 3 times at least. 3, 5, or 7. And he also Rand is tired of running, and he knows that Beelzemon also has a cord, and his cord is different. It's pulsing with black, and not white light. Like Rand's cord. Rand's cord has a white pulsing light, and Beelzemon has a black pulsing light. I'm pretty sure that's revealed a little later, but I'm saying it now.
I thought it was golden.
Is it? Yes, you're correct. I'm in my mind, because of the way the seal works.
The yin and the yang.
Yeah. That's yes. So Beelzemon is threatening Rand. You're going to serve me, Neo Worm. He says it again. He keeps calling me Worm. I love it. And that
should be a compliment. Now we know how deadly they are.
I know, right? I wish we got more of the blight early on. Like a little more in depth of that. Those were some cool things. The caterpillar centipede thing with arms for legs. Ugh. Anywho, so and Beelzemon says, "I would rather have you serve me alive than dead, but I'll take it either way." Blah blah blah. And you have no choice. And then Rand goes, "There are other choices. You don't weave the pattern. The wheel weaves the pattern, Dark One. I deny you." He's all talking shit now, And Rand is actually talking shit. I've outdone you at every turn. I tracked you here. Blah blah blah. I've outran every Dark Friend, every Trolloc, everything you sent after me. I've escaped and won. You worm! You've tracked me. I've had guided you every step of the way since your birth. Basically, he's like, I set your path since I let those Aiel live. One survived just to let you be born. Again, Rand, I deny you. He's trying to stand up to this guy, but not doing a great job. And then Beelzemon finally starts to do some psychological torture. Look over here, and he shows Nynaeve and Egwene, and he's like, "No, you can't have them." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, look I got your mom." And then so we see a couple of Fades torturing what would be Rand's mother. I forget her first name. But it's Tam's wife.
It's like Kari or
Kari. Kari. Thank you. As soon as you use the word, yep.
Good
Kari
memory.
Althor. And and she's, Rand, help me. She obviously personally I think it's not her, but
I was so confused.
It's just so confused. This guy is just an illusion guy.
Yes, is it?
But only
can
you
we
save me, Rand.
Yeah, well, let's just real quick on that then. So, Annie, you think it's like an illusion or whatever? So that's initially what I thought. Yeah, so rough something like that, like just to fuck with him.
I mean, it might be. I mean, if she's actually dead, we haven't got 100% confirmed. Sure. Tam told us, but I mean, we don't know for sure. But assuming she's dead, then it could be like her corpse being danced in front of Rand and be like, ooh, ooh.
Sure.
But
So,
I mean,
so essentially,
is it her? Like, I don't know. Probably not. It just seems like more fuckery.
Okay, Lou, same question, but a quicker answer. Do you think it's her or not?
No.
No. Okay. Spurk, what about you?
See, I'm not sure. I am ambiguous about it because of how serious it comes off. I want to say no because I don't think Kari was a Dark Friend in any way.
The only reason I think yes is at the end where he. I know we're skipping a tiny bit ahead, But is that okay? It's
No, go on.
probably your next sentence.
Yes, it is. You know exactly. But
Okay.
yes, right at the.
Okay,
So
cool. Go on.
you want
You
me to
say your
say it, or-
sentence, then I'll say, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, go.
Okay, so she is asking help me, Rand, and she starts screaming. These half men are torturing her, and Rand gets so upset he makes a sword of light from his hand.
So he's Anakin?
Or if you
Precisely.
anybody who's familiar with the anime Yu Yu Hakusho,
Bam!
Kuwabara makes a spirit sword, and he can just summon it in his hand, and it's a sword of power. Just basically, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. You're a meshy. Sorry, I gotta not do that.
Anyway.
But so this is what Rand does. He makes a sword of light and saves his mother's soul, apparently,
Yes.
and that's what makes me so question. Thank you, Rand. Like she thanks him.
Yeah. That there is the only reason why I was kind of like, okay, cool. So it was real. I don't think it necessarily means she's a dark friend, because there's been times when they're like, if you don't serve me now, that's fine. You serve me when you're dead. And that doesn't mean that you will submit to me before you die, then die, and then because you submitted to me, work for me. It just means you're dead and I'm Lord of the Dead, or that's at least the impression I get from it. So I think essentially the Dark One saying, well, gutted, your mum died and we've got her as a little like
Seems like a
puppet.
huge blunder. Like, you basically, it's like, okay, so I've kind of got you right where I want you. Here, I'm also going to show you your mom's dead. And then he's
front
just
of
like,
you.
well, time to unlock my superpower. Boom. It's like, oh, well,
Yes.
I shouldn't have showed you your mom. Fuck. Whoops.
So if at no point was there a thank you and she gets released, like in the Harry Potter when all of the memories get released from the wand, where they're like, go Harry, go, and all that rubbish. If there wasn't that moment, I'd be like, yeah, no, it's genuinely just fucking with him, and that I would 100% agree. But a thank you, and then she gets, why would Beelzemon be like, I'm just gonna do this bit for some reason at this point to fuck with him? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
And
no
also
logic
it
for that.
raises other questions. Whose else's souls does he have access to torture, kind of thing? And
Every
Chris
dead
is going to
person?
mention it. But that's kind of so. And you guys touched on it there. It gives him access to his superpower. Like this is happening because it needs to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. See, like the souls are stuck in an area. There was the purpose, try to torture them. She was just stuck in the void before that. You see later on that the Dark One only has a certain amount of time to grab a soul after death. Like, so you are in a limbo state.
You can grab the soul and put him in a jar and then just hold it for whenever you want it. And then he just like broke jar in case of emergency. Here's your mom's soul. And then he's like, well, thanks for my mom's soul
see,
back.
that's the thing. No,
Your
see, what I
soul
think he's
is
saying
mine.
is that it was probably more illusion than not. But okay, yeah, he agrees. Yes, he is the master of death, and that is like the Dark One's purpose is to bring, and we see it in the Blight. It just literally kills everything from
Oh, there goes my theory.
the
All
ground.
right,
would
up.
make
well,
sense.
here's a pro tip going forward for everyone watching and on panel. Do not soul kidnap your foe's mother. Just kill her.
Yeah,
It will unlock a new level.
Well, and see, that's it. He's over 9,000 now, and he's realized it. This is what is forcing Rand to learn how to channel his half of the source.
He needed to cut his mom's chain, so he manifested a soul sword.
Right, and we got this prerequisite from Nynaeve and Egwene early on with Moraine in the female way that they in the lady half of the one power that they do. You have to have a need, and that saving your mother. I mean, that's a pretty strong need in my opinion. And so now he's like, it's more in the foreground of his mind where he's now summoning things to help him versus haphazardly just fish pounding into the ground and making rocks tumble. Or shooting flames out of nowhere at will, or channeling lightning out. Now he's getting a direction. But after he saves his mother, Beelzemon's pissed, of course. Fool! You can't do this. And then Rand, badassly turns around and says, "It is ended," and chops the cord from Beelzemon. No! And the cord recoils away from him, and the other half snaps back into him. and Beelzemon. And as that happens, reality kind of shakes around them. And Rand is driving the sword into Beelzemon's heart, I think. And I'm not sure if it was through his hand. Because it's mentioned that Beelzemon puts his hands up to kind of shield it. But Rand extends the light sword into his chest. And summons more fire unknowingly. It burns him through, his eyes grow with flames. And
he basically shoved the guy with a live wire.
Yes, and so we see Beelzemon start to wither and die from this. And as the last thread of both ropes start to fade away, Rand falls into darkness. He fades into blackness and feels himself falling, and eventually slams into something, leaving him feeling like jelly on wherever he's at. He's like, oh, something hits him, and it's just he's totally exhausted and is out down for the count as well. And that ends chapter 51. We covered that in a half an hour because this chapter is literally only 21 minutes or something, 24 minutes. Everything that happened very quickly. And I kind of just touched on the action parts. There's a lot of dialogue that happens between Rand and the Dark One and more details in the battle. Are you guys glad to get through this chapter? Was that a little interesting to you, or some weird things kind of went on? What's your guys' overall takeaway from chapter 51?
I will have to paraphrase a bit of what Eckel said. Everything kind of felt rushed here, and I understand that things need to start happening a little quick because they want to wrap up the book. But they could have kept the same amount of chapters and just extended one. Or I'm just saying, the battle could have taken a little bit longer, and I felt like, unless you're making these assumptions that I'm making, it's not clear really what's happening here. It's just kind of like you turn a page and then you're like, wait, did I miss something?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'll give my opinion here in a minute. Lou.
It was fine. Like I said,
shut up, Lou. That can't be your answer.
It can. It can.
can't.
Because all this shit doesn't exist in my mind. So for me, it's fine. It's totally different. This Baldemon guy, I'm picturing to be someone else. The whole mom sequence, I'm thinking maybe, granted, you guys sit there and say, but maybe he's releasing someone else without him really knowing who. There's just shit that can be happening behind the scenes that we just don't know. So, again, I have to save my true thoughts till after we're done with 53.
All
fine.
right.
It's fine.
Mr. Eckel, how did you like going back through this chapter? What did you notice this read through that you were being analytical about?
It's fine, really. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right, I'm going to hit the outro. We can call it a day. No.
So this is the first time.
Still got 2 more to go.
Out of all of the chapters that we've read, I went, I'm going to have to reread it. I said, I'm going to have to go through it again because it wasn't fine. It was part 2 of 2 of the culmination of the book, which, as people have said, you can kind of take as a one-off book if you want to. If you're not going to read the rest, you can kind of take it as this is the Wheel of Time, and that's a one-off book, and that's it. Go away, leave it. I thought maybe they could have put it together with, as much as we're saying is rushed and there's only a little chapter, maybe it could have just been one big chapter with the chapter beforehand. I don't know. I think that might have flowed a bit better potentially. But amazing stuff happened, but I would have preferred it with the other amazing stuff that happened.
Yeah, I feel like it should have ended with Rand falling and landing wherever he lands. The chapter shouldn't have ended with Agranor being like, oh, I'm about to do something. And be like, oh, okay, cool.
No. Yeah, we've already had a literal cliffhanger, thanks. We don't need a Agranor cliffhanger.
And that's a fair point, too, that these 2 chapters could have been put together and just been one chapter.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But and Chris is kind of getting there. Let me get through a couple of quick chats real quick. There we go. Play by the pool. The ending of this book is one of the most confusing passages in the whole series, in my opinion. A bit is due to Robert Jordan not 100% certain on the aspects of the world building and mostly intentional. And then
I
Chris,
100% agree with that. Can we address that real quick before Chris's one? I 100% think there's been about 5 things in this book that we've kind of somewhat mentioned and gone, does that ever happen again? And me and Spurg, like, without massive spoilers, no, it's not really important. Like, he kind of gives up on that. And I definitely think with this, there are, with the what he's saying about the souls, like, because he's Lord of the Dead or what have you. And it makes sense that he took that soul because he knew he's trying to find Rand, so he's going to try to keep everything. He's been watching him his whole life, but apparently he didn't know which one he was. But anyway,
so does that mean if Matt's mom would have died, he would have Matt's soul too?
Well, see,
Matt's
that's
soul just conveniently.
See,
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have 2 moms now, just in case.
Yeah,
that just made me realize, how could he be confused if he knew that the guy he was looking for was Aiel? He specifically mentioned Aiel. Neither Matt nor Perrin even look remotely Aiel at all. So there should have
Because
been
he's
zero
blind.
confusion.
He has flaming eyes. He can't fucking see.
That is the only excuse I can acquiesce to at that point.
we have been blowing Robert Jordan the entire time throughout this book. Let's just say it now. He's not perfect, and that's fine. He's definitely not perfect. There's some bits that even we have kind of gone, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more of that. But either way, we still love it.
Which plays into Chris Mack's point here. It's not supposed to be clear. He wants to make the reader empathize with the confusion that Rand is going through and the terrified state of mind that he's in. When you go through a traumatic experience, a minute can feel like an hour or vice versa, and it just kind of happens and you're done and you're sitting on the couch and you're like, holy shit, all this stuff happened to me just now. So yeah, the 2 things, it happens very quickly and in a confused jumble, and it almost like, if you do take this as a one-off book, it comes off anticlimactic. It just, there you go. It, like you said, he one-shot an army, he went through this thing with Beelzemon, and it's done.
Yeah, if you take it as a one-off, then it feels like a fucking anime ending here, where he gets to the end level, it hits level 9, and then he gets to the boss, and he's like, "Oh, actually, I unlocked level 11. I'm stronger than anyone ever thought." Boom, killed a whole army. All right, book's over. Sweet. Oh, and then the book ends with however it ends. But yeah, if you take it as a one-off, I will stick with this this kind of theme I've been going with the last couple episodes. This sucks as a one-off.
We had this talk a little bit before, like, knowing that there's more books is what's keeping you motivated right now versus, like, yeah, this would be kind of, like I just said, it's a little bit of an anticlimactic one-off, like, okay, yep, he hit his peak, he killed the bad guy, we're done with this. And you toss the book over your shoulder.
I would have been so pissed off.
I don't think...
Okay, go on.
Finish. No, finish.
Thank you. Even with the portrayal of Rand, I'm not going to say it because it would ruin it, the 2 chapters down the line. But even with what Rand's done, as far as we can see, and how he's acting in this chapter, I don't think I would be satisfied as a reader with that. I'd kind of be like, all right, cool.
Yep.
Nice. Anyway, what's all that wolf shit about? Why's Matt got a dagger then? That's all fucking bollocks. Sorry, Luke.
Oh, yeah, true. And there would have been a lot unanswered. Exactly. Luke, what was your point? I'm sorry.
I don't think he intended this to be a one-off. When he started writing this book, he
shit, he did 14. But yeah, good point.
Because ending the 3 chapters the way they ended, you have something else in mind. You're not going to, like, I don't see this as a one-off book. Even though we just listened to it, it doesn't play off as a one-off. The way the final chapter ends, it doesn't give me that one-off vibe.
No, the way the final chapter ends.
But it literally could. The main character walks into the sunset, and then it's just like, okay, well, the book could just be over now.
I don't see him walking into the sunset.
Type in.
Not a happy sunset, but he literally just kind of like walks off screen at the end.
That's yes.
He walks off screen and then it literally switches perspective to somebody else. So
exactly.
The book straight up ends Rand's perspective by him walking off panel.
Were they walking away, or was he still
Whatever,
hugging? I
it
think
doesn't
they were
matter. But
hugging.
I'm
I know what
being
you
like
mean.
metaphorical.
It
Like,
ends on
he just-
it ends on a hug. Yeah.
he says like we're gonna jump ahead, but he says I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go somewhere, and so it implies that he's gonna like walk away, and that's the end of the book. Is him walking somewhere, going somewhere, running away, doing whatever he decides to do by leaving. He literally walks out of the end of the book. That's his exit. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Real quick, big hugs to Wendy for hanging out in the chat. Good to see you, Wendy. Very
Hey,
rare occasion
Wendy.
Wendy stops by. I think it's because we got the pineapple on screen, so she came over to visit. Of
No
course.
shit. Hey, Wendy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not the attraction here. I got a pineapple shirt on.
Anyone could be wearing this filter and it would work.
No, not with that voice.
We don't have your nice smile.
That too. I definitely don't. Chapter 52, right? Okay, so we ended out, yeah, like you guys mentioned, it was very quick, kind of jumbled together, and we got pushed into this thing where he just kind of ends up in a coma state, sort of, at the end of that chapter. Oh, I fall into blackness now after a big battle, where he just straight up leveled up, apparently, you know? So Rand awakes to the sun on his face. It's, going across the sky. He's laying there. He's extremely disoriented. His memories are gone. He actually has the thought that I am me. I'm a person, and that means I am who I am. He's like literally like discovering he's a human being again.
The way it's described to me is like after doing a huge hit of DMT where you get ego death and then you come back and you're like, oh, right. Okay. I exist. There's memories. Okay. Right. I have a name. Okay, cool. Right. There's things that I have to do. Got it. Let me get up now.
Yes. It very much a reboot on his brain. He starts remembering amongst the aftermath. He can smell the acrid, burnt, robes and leaves, and there's like an oily filth around him, apparently. He has a sword. He pulls his sword out, and he's like, wow, cool sword, man. Heron mark sword? Neat. It's pretty neat. Very shakily tries to put it away. He's extremely weak, but his memories keep returning.
My dad gave me this sword. That's right.
Yeah. We'll get to the daddy issues part too, because he definitely brings that up later on. And he realizes to himself, Dark One's dead. He has that I killed him. I did it. Fuck yeah, bro. Like, he's always feeling pretty good. And as the memories return, he remembers Egwene. Where's Egwene? I have to find her. All of a sudden, this becomes like a drive to him. I gotta find my sort of girlfriend who's not my girlfriend, but maybe is my girlfriendish. We don't know. So he starts going through the frantic search. He's barely able to walk. He starts stumbling downhill, the hill he just climbed up. He woke up near the cliff that he was at. I'm sorry, I skipped a very important detail. That sheer drop-off cliff. As he woke up, he felt sick. Yes, he felt sick to his stomach, and he puked off the cliff, which I thought was a great thing to just throw in there for no fucking reason. Thanks, Robert. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a guy thing. Like, oh wow, look. Yeah, look at this sheer drop off of a cliff. I bet I can spit off it. You know what would be better than spitting off a cliff? Ugh. All right, I'm sorry. I digress.
Yeah, it would be.
So he's going back down the hill. He's getting re-poked with all the thorns from the rose bushes. He's bruised and battered from the fight because the things had happened. And he finally comes upon there. He sees Egwene. There she is, Egwene. Oh, I know you. Of course I do. He also sees Nynaeve and Moraine, who are looking back at them. And he's very concerned. Are you okay, Egwene? Are you okay, Nynaeve? Is everybody all right? Moraine said, are you all right? And they come off a little apprehensive. At first, they're like eyeing him up and down. Rand goes to reach his hand out to Egwene and touch her cheek. And she kind of pulls away-ish. Like he doesn't know if that's exactly what happened, but it feels that way. Out of all three of them, Moraine is the one that's worst for wear. She, I think, in my opinion, it's not exactly explained that way, but I think she's the one that had defeated Agenor. She literally is the one that set him on fire. I mean, Rand was right there before something had happened, but she was the one holding him there. There may have been a combination of Rand and her defeating him, but Moraine is very strong in the power.
If that is the case...
says,
Go ahead. Sorry. Echo.
thank you. She says that she held him for a bit. She said, I think he was surprised how long I held him. So she definitely didn't defeat him because she acknowledges, shit, I held my own for a lot longer than I thought I did, and longer than he thought I did. So I did really good. But she's still like, I couldn't have fucked with him. So yeah.
Annie?
I say if Moraine did defeat him, then it was that same situation where it's somehow in two places at once because he was fighting Moraine and chasing Rand.
Yeah, see, I'm a little weirded out by what happens here because it isn't explicitly explained to us how Agenor got killed, but we know
and
that.
we don't get the other perspective from anyone. We only get Rand's perspective where he essentially blacks out, so we don't even know what happens for sure.
Yeah, right.
I'm
exactly.
not getting confused. There's the guy who got killed by the Green Man, and then there's Agenor, right? Agenor gets killed by Rand. He cuts him off from the source. Yeah. So, sorry.
Did he? Okay. Maybe I just missed it. And
okay.
Yeah. No, I glossed right over it. Then I think.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. You were like.
When he killed Balsamon, he was doing the same thing to Agenor, and so he
that's what I
stabbed him and light exploded him.
That's what I
blew
thought.
him into ashes. Same thing also happened in the other dimension to Balsamon, allegedly. So
got it. That's what I thought was going on, but I wasn't 100%, and that's why I like talking things out with you guys. Like Balsamon essentially was like overlaid on Agenor, so to speak, if you will, as it were. You know what I mean? So what was happening to Balsamon was actually happening to Agenor as well at the same time. Right.
That's the only way to the only way I can interpret it, because we don't get the other perspective. So I'm guessing he's struggling with Moraine, and then he like a video game, just aggro drops her. He's like, oh, never mind, I gotta go after Rand. And Moraine is like, okay, quick, everyone run, and gets everyone to safety because she at least can make that one call and sacrifice Rand if she has to save everyone else. And then he explodes. So
yeah, that's basically what Rand woke up smelling, was an exploded Agenor. And Moraine, I think Moraine's pretty strong in the power. She kind of is humble bragging, like that Agenor was like behind Ashamael in the dark, like he was like the third strongest guy.
Yeah, she totally did humble brag. She totally did kind of go, yeah. She starts off by kind of being all fake modest, by kind of being like, I was surprised how long I held him. I think he was a little surprised too. And he was like the third strongest, after Guy. So that's pretty. You're like, all right.
Right? that is definitely something I caught this time that I didn't catch before. It was like that little, yeah, I'm pretty good, ain't I?
Okay, let me
and
ask
I'm not dead. Sweet.
Right.
Do these Aes Sedai know the power levels of the Forsaken?
Yes.
Like she's assuming,
actually, but enough to know it's like Karmic versus I don't know anyone strong in the Dabbleverse. Shit, that bad example. Karmic versus Andre the Giant. They know that's the comparison. There's a massive gulf in strength. Yeah.
Right. Because the Forsaken are from the Age of Legends. These are like actually it's not really a spoiler, but they would be considered more closer to being actual Aes Sedai than the current Aes Sedai because of the time stretch. Things water down over time.
Spurg, yes. Would this be fair? So with regards to like the dragon, when people think of the dragon at this point, they're kind of like ridiculously powerful, can destroy the world, kind of that level of strength. When they think of the Forsaken, they think of the Forsaken as closer to the dragon than they do in terms of closer to Aes Sedai in terms of strength, if that kind of helps you kind of skew it.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of like they're nightmare fuel, kind of don't fuck with that,
And it's more or less based on legend, just like with the dragon. You don't know exactly the story. It gets puffed up over that time. Like everybody, the dragon, who the Dragon Reborn is, and what he's supposed to do. He's the savior of the world, going to destroy everything and bring it. And the Forsaken are literally the antithesis of that. So of course they would be just as strong or near as strong as the dragon. You want the dragon to be slightly stronger in your mind because light has to vanquish evil, doesn't it? Don't it? Right? Right? Not necessarily all true. So after Moraine's humble brag about how strong she is, she explains again, apparently in an annoyed way, that those two were trapped near the surface of the Dark One's prison. So the wheel had grinded them a little bit down. Like the time affected them, not like it does us, but it did affect them to a degree, and that's why they were so physically like worn and weary. One of them couldn't even speak. Like all of his body had basically rotted away. And he was the first one killed. That was the one that the Green Man killed, Bartholomew. Rand is confident that he destroyed. He was like, no, I killed these guys. Yeah, Agonor's dead. I was in the dream. I killed Shaitan. He's the Dark One. You know, she like immediately stops Rand from using. We should just call him the Dark One for now. If you say Moraine, said I, but he's fucking dead. I promise you that. I did it. I was there. And Rand, his memory is starting to full return. I know I killed him because oh shit, I made that sword of light and I stabbed him in the chest. How did I do that? That's kind of not a good thing. So they all realize, and this is why those three were being apprehensive at first. They realized that he can channel, and that a man channeling is not a good thing because they eventually will go mad and kill everybody around them. Apparently, Egwene is extremely sad for him and frightened at the same time, but she grabs him and hugs him and squeezes him very tightly because they're childhood friends. Like, dude, you just found out this guy you were gonna marry. Turns out he's like gonna go crazy and probably kill you, and you like him, like you're close to him enough that you're probably gonna be a victim of that craziness.
Some women like that.
Afternoon, Mr. Brian Clowder, sir. Deadpool, dropping back. I love the metal sign. That's one of my. I do that all the time. So Nynaeve says that he's very dangerous. Like, you're dangerous, Rand. We're scared of you. Like, they are afraid of him because of this. And Moraine draws it all out of him. Tell me what happened. Tell me every word, every little beat. What happened? Where were you? Why did what went down? Excuse me. And Rand tells all about the sword,
Sure
about
does.
the Dark One, right? And about his mother. He had my mother, and that was yes, and that was he made a point to say that like that he was being emotionally pulled along, and that at one point it wasn't even he was on autopilot and the power was pulling him along, and that's Moraine is like understanding of all this. I should have known better, and Rand's like, I'm not going to touch it anymore. I won't touch the power. I'm not going to go crazy. Hands off. I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go live in the mountain, be a monk, never talk, never eat.
But Moraine is like, yeah, I knew it was you, though. I should have known it was you. When I gave you the coin, you should have fell in line and done everything I had told you to do, and you resisted. I mean, Manetheren blood is strong in you, but even still, you should have listened to me more, and you didn't. You fought me every step of the way. And then again, when we were running from the Trollocs, Bella, the only horse that didn't need refreshed when we were running, and at the time, you're kind of led to believe it might have been Egwene, because we had just been told she was the one that was able to channel, not necessarily Rand. But we got from his perspective where he was yelling, run, you fucking horse, run, save Egwene, please. And that's where Moraine was like, I should have remembered who was on the horse. You had no more need than to save Egwene right then from the Trollocs. And that was what precipitated one of your first touchings of the true power. Ooh, touching.
I think this is one of the reasons why people end up hating on poor Moraine, is because no one likes someone who points out how they knew everything after the point of, oh, I knew all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you after it's confirmed, like after it's very obvious that you're the Dragon Reborn. I'm now going to say, oh, by the way, these were the hints. It's like, sure, but
to Moraine's point, it was like touched on in the book when it came up that, like Moraine went to go do it to Bella, and then she was like, okay, I guess Bella doesn't need it. Must be a really sturdy horse or something like that. Like it was mentioned. So even though she wasn't 100% sure, she's like Velma at this point, where she's like putting together all the clues and she's just waiting for that one moment to be like, I knew it all, actually, and here's all the evidence and telling you why I knew it. I just didn't want to come out and say it because otherwise I would have looked like a retard.
And I think that's right. Like, Moraine wants to be 100% sure before she makes any
assumptions.
Right, but not even assumptions. That's what I mean. Like she doesn't. She is anti-assumption. She's only stating fact, and sureties. What I say goes. At the same time, she's very vague with a lot of things when she isn't being matter of fact. So I can understand Rand's apprehension, especially when I don't know if we get into that. Well, I think we'll get into that later on. Yes, in a few moments here. So Rand denies touching the source now. Like he's like, I'll never touch it again. I won't even screw with it, and blah blah blah. And the problem is there's nobody to teach Rand. I think they kind of sort of touch on it here. Well, why can't you teach me? And it's like, I can't teach a bird to swim and a fish to fly, that kind of stuff. Very different. And anybody who could be teaching you, Rand, is 3,000 years dead. So sorry. I mean, like, you're going to have to figure this shit out on your own. You might go crazy and kill everybody around you, but
you'll figure it out.
We're pretty sure you're the Dragon Reborn, so it's all good, right? It'll just go. Cool.
And at least we know you're Taviran, so at least you have an extra chance. You have an extra dice roll at least.
Your luck is plus 20 because of that. Yeah, basically. So it's now brought to our attention that Lan is in the cavern with the boys and Loyal. It's explained to Rand that the Eye of the World is gone, that the Sidar protecting liquid that was in there has been removed. It's gone. And it was replaced with a column that has appeared with stairs leading down into the eye above. I'm not sure. It's really weird again. Rand is now nervous because he's like, well, who the hell else knows what I did? And Moiraine explains to him that only Lan knows because Lan needs to know. Only Egwene and Nynaeve know because of who they're going to be. So they now we all know, except for Perrin, Loyal, and Matt, that Rand can channel, and that it's a dangerous thing, and that problems are going to come. I see you guys laughing. What happened in the chat? What did I miss?
Just that.
I see. Yeah, well, I like this one too. There's a convention of high-tier nerds going on. Yes, that's exactly right. This is a book club. Dan mentioned earlier, this is our little book club. So we like hanging out. So thank you guys for stopping by. Leave a like if you'd like. And if you're not subscribed, please hook me up. I'm 12 or 13 away from 250. Trying to climb, baby. Let's do it. And unfortunately, so now that we know Rand can channel, it is mentioned to Moiraine about going to Tar Valon, and Rand is completely leery of doing that. Don't you want to take me back there to be gentled? I'm gonna be a madman. Tom told me about this. People who get gentled are ultimately depressed with their life, and they can't go on living. Isn't that what you want, Moiraine? And then she kind of is like, dude, the pattern's not done with you yet. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that are going to become. What she knows and what she's not telling him is another big gulf of information instead of just power. And then, so with Rand being weary of Tar Valon, he goes on to mention, he's like, Beelzemon said to me, he's like, Tar Valon has been using men who can channel as false dragons for years, and mentions all the names again. Mirren Stonebow, Guerra Malisan, all the way down to Loghain, the most recent one that we saw earlier in Kyrian. And he's like, I'm nobody's hound. I'm not setting it. And Moiraine responds exactly with a sentence that Beelzemon said she would respond. You're not listening to me, but you're going to listen to him and let him influence you. You're worried about me using you like a tool. And how bad is it for a tool to be used for its purpose? You serve a purpose, and what's wrong with you serving your purpose because you were made for that? I'm not, because he's crying about being discarded and thrown away after use, which means he's not accepting his role. If I was made into a hammer, driven or made to drive nails, and I'm not nailing nails down, I'm just as useless.
I want to be a screwdriver.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. So Moiraine kind of is a little mean about it here, but correct in my opinion. She said you're going to fall for him, but you're not going to listen to me, and I'm the one here who's been trying to help you this whole time. And it is mentioned that there is a seed of doubt planted in Rand's mind. Beelzemon does get a seed of doubt. It's literally put that way in the book. It's planted in there, and Rand's not sure if he wants to quell it or grow it. And I think that's part of the Two Rivers' stubbornness. This is a big thing about Rand. He is a big crybaby because he's refusing to accept his responsibility, which makes this is one of the bigger differences from Lord of the Rings, where Frodo was like, I'll do it. I'll take the ring. I'll be the guy. We got the opposite thing here. It's like, fuck being the guy. I'm leaving, dude. I'm going back home. So now Rand, like, that conversation went down. Rand is a bit upset and pouty. Moraine is upset with Rand because, like, why are you going to listen to the evil guy, stupid? I mean, like, don't you think he's going to try to manipulate you? What's wrong with you? But they come out of the cavern, the boys and Loyal and Lan. I guess Lan's not really a boy. And Loyal is carrying a huge chest that only an Ogier would be carrying. That's how big it is. Otherwise, 2 or 3 men would be carrying it on their own. Matt is carrying some broken pottery, it seems like, and Perrin is there with his axe just kind of hanging out. I think he's got a blanket roll tucked up under his arm. Matt jokes, oh, so you are alive. Gee wouldn't let us go look for you, and starts kind of shit-talking Moraine a bit. Perrin is very excited. He's like, it's done, Rand. We can go home. Perrin, naive Perrin. Lan pretty chill. Got a wrap around his head, a bandage because he got tossed aside. He literally non-functional in this fight whatsoever. But he's stiff-backed coming out of there. He's being Lan. And Loyal, too, comes out. Rand, good to see you. Where you been, bro? And so Rand tells a story of sorts. I ran and ran. I fell down a hill. I was a coward. And by the time I woke up, everything was over. Yay. And so he tells the story in a non-confident way and expects everybody to call him out on his BS nonsense of this story. But they all accept it. They just kind of nod and gather around Moraine, who's in a litter, by the way. She's been injured so bad that her sitting up is being propped up by Nynaeve and Egwene. I did kind of skip over that a little bit. Because I said she's strong in the power, but her body was weak at the time, is what I was trying to make that point. So Moraine explains, like, we get a nice little scene where Moraine puts these puzzle pieces of that broken pottery together and looks over to Lan, and Moraine pulls out a belt knife and hands it to Lan. And Lan tests this pottery. He brings the knife down straight onto the pottery, and the knife blade breaks on the largest piece that's not broken. Moraine explains what it is. It is one of the seals on the Dark One's prison that has been broken, and it's made of a special material called Quendear, which is supposed to be unbreakable. It literally just the largest part is still intact enough that it snapped some of the strongest made steel in half.
Did they use that word? I thought they said it was like Heartstone.
Yes,
Ooh,
it was both back. Yes, it was back to back. It was Quendear, Heartstone. It was like comma. But yes, you can. That's the nickname for it, Heartstone, because it's so strong.
One of the many contradictions in in these books with regards to can't ever be broken. Anything you put on it makes it more powerful. Any damage you put just makes it more secure. And you're like, how does it break? I think that's what Matt literally says. It's like, well, how did it break? And it's just like, yep, exactly. And you're like, okay.
Yes, that's right. Matt is the only one that was concerned. What? Why? How did this happen? What's going on here? And that's what it is. Why is this happening? Why are the seals breaking? And there's 7 of them, Matt, if you're still here. There's 7 seals, not 5, 7. But Rand's committed to the bit. So he's like, it doesn't matter. Even if 1 seal's broke, who gives a shit? I killed the guy. You know what I mean? Like, but no, you didn't, buddy. You're a little overconfident. Calm down, Rand. No, it's over. I got it. Don't you worry. I saw it with my own eyes. So they put the Quendear away and proceed to open up
serious main character energy suddenly. The entire book, he's just been like, no, I'm nobody. I suck. I want to go home and be a sheep guy. And then he's like, actually, I one-shot the entire Dark Lord, and I saved the entire universe actually in one hit. So I'm pretty cool.
That
Yeah,
would probably
yeah.
change my perspective on things, though. If I'd be like, oh, okay, no, maybe I'm hot shit. Never mind.
No, I think it's just because
Exactly.
Rand is stupid that he thought he one-shot him. I would think that at best I stunned him and he like dropped the fight with me. At best.
I like it though. I kind of think it's funny because he's
Yeah,
like,
it's funny because he's just like, oh, of course, it doesn't matter.
he
Who
went
cares?
from- he literally just like, I'm done running, and that's when he turned and faced him, and he actually kind of won. He's like, oh, maybe I am a tough guy. All right, and then he goes right back to it though. I won't touch the one power again. I'm not gonna go. Like is he very manic? This guy, yes. One main character syndrome is that very manic, up and down, up and down. Oh, I'm on top of the world. Oh, I'm gonna get my.
Can you bring Tim's comment on? That's quite a nice comment.
I gotta squint.
Whoever has
Scroll up.
access to it. Perfect.
Oh, on the bottom.
This is my first time listening to the book, Spurgsnake. You're doing great along with the others. Good job, nerds. Thanks, Tim.
Yay.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Yes. Also, that Tim, I don't know if you were here earlier. Oh, holy shit! I had that minimized. Oh my friggin' god! First off, let's do the first one. Thank you again, Mr. Tim, for the $4 on the voice tip. I didn't see this come in because I'm a blind fool. I'm a light-blinded idiot.
Mhm.
Look at this.
Oh no,
Volume
audio.
doesn't
What'd you do?
work. Yay! Good thing you tested it after last week.
What, the audio didn't come through?
No.
Are you
Merry
serious?
Crimmins. Happy Shaka Khan. There you go.
Oh
That's
no,
it.
I have it off. From last night. Otherwise, I would have done. I didn't check it before the show. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Murray Crimmins. Happy Chaka Khan.
Happy
Wait,
Chaka Khan.
good work.
I have a button. I know, and like when it doesn't work, I know what's happening now. So let me play it one more time for Deadpool.
Murray
That's $100 fucking
Crimmins. Happy Chaka Khan.
Woo!
$100.
Thank you so
Wow,
much.
Good work, Spurg.
Good work, Spurg. Whoa, hey, hi
Mhm.
everybody. Andy, press the button. I don't want to be on full screen. Thank you so much, Deadpool. And that was, I think, my first voice tip. Echo was the first text. Tommy Jordan right behind that. Tim, Annie, yesterday and today. And Deadpool. Thank you guys so much. That made my Christmas. I am a super happy boy. That was a couple chapters back. My bad, dude. I have such a crummy laptop. I had that minimized. It shouldn't have been that way. It was supposed to be right over here so I can see everything.
Now Tiny Tim can have a goose for Christmas. Thank you, Deadpool. That's very
It's
good.
true. And cranberry sauce as well. Yay.
Oh,
Wow, that
Thank you,
did that.
Deadpool,
the
for
$4.
making
That's the
Spurg
$4.
fat.
Yes,
yeah.
I know. I'm gonna gain weight this night. I'm Tiny Tommy. I too am a Tommy.
Very good. Very good.
So now they're gonna open up this huge treasure chest. Perfect timing, right? That's so even better. We open up a huge treasure chest. Deadpool's in there. He pops out with $100 damn.
I thought
So,
it was the horn of a leer.
That's right. So actually, inside the chest, what's really in there is a horn, and Moraine immediately mentions we need to take this to Ilion. Loyal is shocked because he already knows what he's looking at, or at least he suspects what he's looking at, and like to shock an Ogier is kind of funny. Moraine asks him,
the old tongue.
right. Moraine asks him, "Can you read the old tongue?" And he goes, "I can read the old tongue."
It says this smells like a sequel.
Exactly. Here is a MacGuffin. So he reads it in the old tongue, which I did not write down because I'm terrible, but the grave is no bar to my call is what it actually says in the new tongue, apparently. And it's the Horn of Valier, and they're all in awe. This is like a legendary item. This is beyond anything we've seen. Even that Heron Mark blade that Rand's carrying pales in comparison to this. Like, everybody knows what the Horn of Valier is. So we're supposed to gauge how important this item is based on their reaction.
Well, I mean, they also give a description of the horn, so that tells you what it can do.
Right. It's silver, gold with gold chasing. It's inscripted in the old tongue around the edge of the horn. Very
And it
beautiful
will-
item.
And it will summon the dead.
One other thing I kind of missed about the seal, when Moraine is explaining that the seal is broken, Egwene almost religiously repeats a line, but that the
yes.
Forsaken are
Bound.
sealed.
Yeah.
They're bound in shale, gold sealed in the Dark One's prison, and they can never escape. Like, it's told to them that they can't get out, and now they can. And so, like, things are happening that are on another level from the Two Rivers. We were making fun of my inability to understand the concept of a dollar because I come from a backwoods Two Rivers town. Chewing gum is no longer 80 cents. I used to get Juicy Fruit 5 sticks for 25 cents. So screw you guys.
That was back in the day, Spurg. That was so 1984.
Get a pack of Marlboro Reds for $1.80.
I can't talk about cigarettes as I don't smoke.
Well, I would go in to get them for my mom. My mom would send me 10 years old. I can go buy cigarettes for my parents.
Oh, God,
Not legal
damn.
anymore. Yeah, I'm telling you, so different now. So the Horn of Valir, everybody's in shock. It's like a super legendary item. The Quendiars broke, super legendary item that's not working anymore, apparently. And then we come across the last item, which is a rolled up cloth. And we unfurl this cloth, and one end Loyal's holding up. On the other end, I think Perrin is holding up the other end. And on this cloth is told to us a long golden serpent-like dragon with claws with 4 golden tips on either one. It almost looks like it's animated with the wind, like it's moving on the cloth. Kind of a neat little description. Apologies for the camera. It's pissing me off. I don't know. It's been doing that the past couple of days.
I blame stream.
If only someone sent you $100 that you could maybe get a new camera with over Christmas.
I know exactly. I go. And it is told to them that it's the dragon banner, and they're all in shock again. So much so that Loyal almost drops. Oh shit! Jesus, what am I? So inside the Eye of the World, we now know that there was one seal for the Dark One's prison, the treasure chest containing this legendary item, the Horn of Valir, that we now know need to go to Ilion, and the Dragon Banner.
How long until
which
we figure out why this chest was here?
Well, that's kind of touched on a little bit. Moraine makes a comment right here in this last paragraph. Was the Eye in the World, was this done for us to find it here at this time? Or was this done to protect these items until they were needed? You know what I'm trying to say here? I'm screwing up what she's trying to make the point of. Was the Eye in the World created by the pattern for the Dragon Reborn to find it? Or was the Eye of the World created to protect these items so the Dragon Reborn can find them? It's like a weird... Like she's trying to reason why these things are happening herself. Why was the Eye made to protect the Horn of Valir? Did they know 2,000 years ago that this was going to be needed? It's a really strange... I don't think it gets exactly answered. Another one of those things that kind of just was done in history. Why were the pyramids built?
So,
we got ideas, but we don't know. I'm sorry.
Can I throw something out a little bit with that as well? There's a lot of stuff that's kind of what's the fucking word? I shouldn't have put my fucking
Chicken or the egg
idea up. So with regards, there's loads of stuff that happens later on, that are like myths or legends, or they're what's it called? You predetermine them. You kind of make them. You get the sword out of the stone. It's a
Legends.
Anyway, yeah, maybe. There's loads of those kind of things throughout this, and I guess this is just meant to be one of them.
Mythology. Is that what you're talking about?
Right there.
Prophecy.
Prophecy. Yeah, maybe prophecy.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better word. So there's loads of them throughout the book, like so many, and I guess this is just one of them early on that we kind of didn't get the lead up for, and we're supposed to just kind of go, okay, fair enough. So I think,
and in the next chapter, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, my bad. But in the next chapter, when she talks to Agilmar, when they go back to that, Moraine does make a comment about that. Like, guess what? Okay. So we are right on the last little closing segment of this. So the shock of seeing the Horn of Valir, the Dragon Banner, and the seal kind of wears off. They notice that the Green Man's domain is dying, and that they have to leave. Like, leaves are falling off of trees. Things are withering away. The blight is encroaching in on what used to be his protected area because now he is a oak tree, or at least the oak tree is marking where the Green Man used to be. I'm not exactly sure. I'm saying that the Green Man grew into a dying oak, or he was dying and then grew into an oak tree, like a reincarnation kind of thing.
Yeah,
That page of notes is done.
he just evolved and turned into a tree.
Yes, Pokemon style.
How dare you say Pokemon? More like Groot.
No, more like the Great Deku Tree.
The Great Deku.
Okay, you know what, you nerds? I don't know Pokemon. Goddammit, just give me Groot.
That was Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's from Majora's
don't know
Mask
Zelda
or
neither.
Ocarina.
Right, I retire from this. I'm not nerdy enough. I just like this specific book.
Yeah, I know. I sorry to derail. Deadpool. I live in a fairly mid-sized city, Cleveland, as most people I was hanging out downtown Cleveland where people were feeding the birds, as you do in big cities. People were throwing things out, French fries and things. Seagulls were there feasting, and we have these little brown birds. I think they're finches or something like that, little blue tit or whatever they're called. I watched a seagull eat another fucking bird alive, like a snake. Like, it went down and ate this fucking bird and swallowed it whole. I'm sitting there with 5 other people on this stone bench. I was like, did you guys just fucking see what I saw? You want to talk about shock? Speaking of being in shock, I was so shocked that happened. I was like, why isn't this little bird pecking his way out of this bird's stomach? I was flabbergasted because they were throwing McDonald's French fries on the ground and the seagull wasn't having it because the little bird kept eating the French fries. So the other bigger bird ate the smaller fucking bird. It was wild, dude. Wild. Sorry about that. That just made me think of that. And
I've got a bigger question. Are your chicken nuggets made out of pigeons then? Because that would be kind of nice.
Yeah, we eat seagull nuggets.
Up your game. Jesus.
And even more so, Tim, I was in college at the time. This was probably about 20-something years ago. I was downtown because I was taking the bus from college back home. Yeah, I do live an old man's life, though. You look at my house. Decades old. Everything's old. I'm a man of the past. Any thoughts and closing arguments, thoughts for Chapter 52? We got a Horn of Valir. We got a little bit of Aftermath. We know Rand can channel. We are definitive on him probably being the Dragon Reborn now. Anything interesting that stood out to you guys? Any details? Any fun stuff?
I'm officially anti-Rand. Rand sucks.
Wow, already. That's impressive. They normally
Where's
take
Young Old
50
Vibes?
books. That's good.
He sucks. I really like the closing of this chapter. I'm glad nobody got hurt and died in this. I'm sad we didn't get Tom busting in the room saving everybody, so but whatever, that's to be expected. I don't know why he would be here suddenly.
Hey bitches, I'm back.
Yeah, right.
And finally, it's understandable that Egwene would just be like, I don't know how I feel about you, like, it was cool when I could be magical, but I don't know about you.
Excellent point to touch on.
I honestly lost my thought.
Oh.
When we went into this little tirade of chicken nugget bullshit, I lost it.
Of course you're distracted by Floodaloo. I get it.
Well, I had something too, but it'll come back to me.
All right, we'll move to Echo. And, anything interesting to you from past reads to this current read?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Started off with some selective amnesia, really, on his part. He's kind of like, I know I need to find Egwene, but I've not got the Scoobiest who she actually is. I also like the fact that he's so kind of paranoid when he's telling his story about what's happened. And the other guys, they literally point out at one point, they go, we just got told we weren't allowed to fucking see you. Like, that's it. So they've already kind of bowed down to being like, we're not going to know what's happened. So Rand expects them to be like, well, you must know what happened, so tell us and pick apart your story. Whereas they've already kind of backed down and gone, fine, okay, whatever, we don't know what happened and we're not even going to look for Rand. So I think that's quite interesting for those two characters, how easily convinced they are, I guess. You know how you're saying Moraine was expecting Rand to be easily like brow bushed around and what have you. It seems like in this one, those two just went, all right, fair enough, never mind, let's move on. But yeah, no, good chapter. Has Loyal done his song? I might have missed that.
Yes, he did.
Is that this
That's
chapter?
what I
No.
wanted.
That is the beginning
Have
of
I jumped
this
ahead?
chapter.
Beg your pardon. Okay,
Oh.
so
No,
I'll
but
shut
yeah.
this.
We're gonna. That's all
I'll-
right.
No, that's fine.
Because that is that's a moment. That is one of the.
Mhm.
I liked that.
Yeah,
Lou.
Well, that's where my thought was going, was towards that song, because does L'Oreal,
sorry.
Mr. Ogier, know
L'Oreal.
the song for the fucking hobos?
Well, that can
We'll
be a
speculate
good question
on
for
that
when
here
we
in a
get to that point. Yeah, when you're at that chapter.
We're there.
No, we're not.
Okay.
He hasn't introduced. He hasn't done a bit
Yeah.
where he reads it for 15 minutes first, Lou, has he? Do you remember the format we've been doing?
No.
Beginning question.
No.
Beginning question.
No. Nope. That's not.
Annie, I do like your point that it was okay for Egwene and Nynaeve to channel. Even Nynaeve is doesn't like to channel, but they fear him more now because he's a man who can channel.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to pick that apart a little bit as well. It's not the same. It's
I
not
know.
the same.
It was,
I'm just saying it's you've got to kind of like remove yourself a little bit, because the female Aes Sedai are literally kind of heroes, like some people, and to some people not, like the White Cloaks and what have you, but they're pretty much the highest level job you can get, you know, in regards to in this world. Whereas a man who channels is the devil, pretty
usually
much the
killed.
Dark One. I think as much as as scared as people are of the Dark One are of people, men that can channel. So it is kind of understandable that it's like getting told that this is a bad comparison, but someone's like, well, yeah, he's a Nazi, and you're like, oh, okay, but he was my friend. It's like, yeah, but he is also a Nazi, and you're like, it's got quite bad connotations with it. It's like, yeah, but he's not that bad. He's still your buddy. It's like,
I'm gonna DM you a song in Discord later. It's called I Think You're a Nazi. Yeah,
Okay.
It's about a guy who's dating a girl, and then like all these clues come up. I think you're a Nazi, baby. Like, I should have known when you named your pets Goebbels and Gehrig that you might be a Nazi, you know, that kind of thing. I better watch it with the N word here on YouTube. All right, moving along then, I suppose. Thank you guys for the thoughts on chapter 52. I understand Annie's apprehension towards Rand. Yep, he's being petulant and annoying. And reasonably so. I mean, it is him denying who he wants to be. He just wants to be Tam's son and go hang out and do stuff, and not even do this.
He's in
What's supposed to
denial.
be
What a
here?
change up.
Yeah, right. Here we are, though. The last chapter, chapter 53. The wheel turns. The Green Man's domain is now almost officially dead. They prepare to leave in silence, like they're quiet about it, like nobody's in good spirits. Moraine is in her litter. Like, it's like, it's not being drugged behind a horse. I think it's between two horses.
Like a cat litter? Are you talking about?
I know. When I wrote it down, I was like, somebody's going to make a litter joke. Moraine's getting pooped on, isn't she?
Mhm.
And Rand is unsatisfied. Like he's like, this doesn't feel right. Like didn't I just kill the Dark One? So we went from him being super confident, like, yeah, I murdered that dude. No worries, dude. No worries. He's like, even him, the main character in our book is admitting that the finishing was kind of anticlimactic. Like, this is dissatisfying even to me, and I'm supposed to be the hero here. Jeez. And it's pointed out to us that Lan is kind of like looking at Nynaeve, and Nynaeve is ignoring him. There's like some weird silent tension going on there. They like each other, but they're totally denying it to each other. And so they're being quiet. Egwene laments for the Green Man. She feels sad for him, and she feels sad that the domain is dying, and Loyal is extremely upset. This isn't right. Like, a pissed off Ogier is not something you want to deal with, and this dude is very upset right now. This isn't something that's going to happen. The Blight will not. Yeah, exactly. The Blight will not have my tree brother. And so Loyal starts to sing. He sings to the Green Man's oak tree graves thing, and it grows. Leaves start blooming on it. More walnuts come. Even the butterflies are kind of hanging out again, because it was pointed out to us before that they weren't there. The birds weren't even singing. But Loyal singing to this tree that goes on for some time. it seems like it's only for a few minutes, but really he sang for a few hours. Like when he started singing, the sun was at the top of the tree, and by the time he was done singing, it was noon. And Rand couldn't make out words or anything like that, but he said he could hear bees buzzing and birds singing in Loyal's tree song. So that's something that I think would be interesting to see on screen or actually hear if somebody were to make that. I think that would be a fun one.
You know what's a really
Just doing
really interesting question is something that Lou wanted to ask about in the previous chapter. Why don't you ask now, Lou? Because that was a good question, just slightly at the wrong point.
Would L'Oreal know the song to the fucking hobos that they're looking for?
See, that's the question.
If he doesn't know it, I think he might know where to find it.
That's
an
excellent point.
He has so much knowledge with his I love to read.
Tom was like more of a current world historian. L'Oreal, as you call him, is a like deep world historian.
Yes,
but also clearly they have some sort of magic with regards to songs, and you would imagine as they're looking for a song that can make everything go back to how it was previously. Actually, how do you say it wrong? We hear it on an audiobook. I just realized that we listened to
same with Nynaeve. He keeps saying Nynaeve, so like
he's doing it on purpose.
I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to stop it.
Joey see it. He's trying to Joey see it. But yes, it is a very interesting point. It is a very interesting point, and I guess we'll just have to keep reading to find out if anything gets discovered. Yeah.
I'm surprised. If he was reading the book, he would pronounce Tom's name Taham.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if we were actually reading this fucking book, you would have never had me.
Honesty,
true.
I love it.
I'm not reading. I'm listening. God damn it.
So Loyal knowing the song for the traveling people. I'm not. I know he meets them, but you'll find out if he knows the song. I can't. I don't think that's discussed.
Oh, see, now you just told me something that is going to be super annoying.
Good.
Whoops.
Motherfucker, bro. It was bad enough what they did in these final 3 chapters that the show fucking butchered. What the fuck?
So L'Oreal is tired now from singing. Like he sang so hard. He also he's asking about the song that the traveling people are looking for, which is Lost to Time, I'm pretty sure. They explain that when they meet him. Like, I don't.
Yeah, and Chris, please don't put the actual comment in the chat because I know you've read it all the way through. These guys,
the song for the hobos.
Chris has a habit of going, I think it's this, and it's like, it's this, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. Chris is our unofficial chat lore historian. I love it.
Yes.
So after Loyal tires himself out from singing, and states that the Blight will not have my tree brother. Like, he's very happy with what he did, even though he knows he's not the best tree singer. He said he wouldn't have been able to do it as he wouldn't have been able to sing as hard as he could if it wasn't for some of the green man left in the tree. And Land Ghost says to him as a compliment, "You're a good man." And I like how Loyal's like, "Yes, I will take that as a compliment. I don't know how Elder Hammond would feel about that, you calling me a man." Like that, this was a compliment. I didn't catch this. Maybe I did early on, but like it was something that just happened that forgot. I thought it was a good joke. Like, I think the Ogier used the term, "Oh, you're acting like a man," as an insult.
Yeah,
yeah.
Being a human. Ugh.
Yes, exactly. Quit acting so irrational. It's like all those humans we see. But he sees it as a compliment here. He understands that Loyal is being, or that Land is being complimentary about saying you're good, not just a good man, but you're having a good soul for doing what you did.
You're being a good you. How about that? So I'm politically correct.
Exactly. You're not using my right pronouns, you jerk.
Did you just assume my gender?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened in the show, right, Lou?
So right.
Oh, finally, you don't want to talk about the show. Brilliant. Only took 17 fucking episodes. Great. Cool. Right.
Oh, we'll get there.
So Loyal strengthens the tree, not as strong as his other tree brothers who can sing, but he's satisfied with his work. And so they leave back into the blight. And as they're traveling through, they notice they don't have to fight their way out of the blight as much as they had to fight their way into the blight. The trees aren't attacking them. They actually are, staying away and minding their business. Like Moraine had mentioned, my power should be protecting you because it just inherently should. And now we're seeing that on the way out.
I think it's Rand's power protecting.
And
Oh.
that's another thing. Could it be? It could.
I disagree.
I also disagree.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, for sure. Her powers are like intentional. His are just like, oh
Right.
shit, I'm gonna die.
That's what I mean.
Okay,
Like,
didn't die. Thank God. Okay, they're gone.
Quick! I need to get out of this prison cell. Lightning bolt. Well, that was handy.
exactly.
Spurg, just
That did
it's
happen,
not the exact
right?
same. Yeah, exactly. It's not the exact same, but Rand reminds me a tiny bit of now and future naive in regards to his very early days. You know what I mean? So without going into too much detail, but his early days are very much just naive the entire way through.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah,
he
of course.
doesn't be that forever?
I think how long is it
He
in the
dies
15th
books
book?
two. He dies in book
Right.
two.
Thank God.
Yeah, right. Hopefully, it gets better after that. Maybe. So as our team is riding back out of the blight, we see the Seven Towers again. Rand notices them that they're like somehow standing taller. It seems, and that he notices the banners waving, the banner of the Golden Crane on the tops of the towers that seem to be. So it seems like he's seeing a bit of the past.
Doesn't he say the towers look higher? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, as in they're literally like they've receded a bit from the blight. I guess is the insinuation, right? That the blight's been pushed back a tiny bit, or
Right,
yeah,
right.
down.
There's-
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. The blight isn't climbing up the towers as hard as it was before. They look taller, but in fact, it's the blight that was being pulled back. And so they are back to where they were by that lake with the big weirdo worm thingy that we saw. And so that's where they're going to set up camp again for the night near the Seven Towers. And as they're setting up camp, Moraine is sitting with Nynaeve and Egwene with their eyes closed. We can surmise what they're doing there. It's another little Aes Sedai lady lesson while the boys are doing their thing, setting up camp. And again, Rand remarks, are all women Aes Sedai? Like, because he sees them all over there being Aes Sedai. Wait a minute, I'm Aes Sedai. God damn it. So he knows, he's, like you were saying, is it Rand's power? Now he is self-aware, though. He knows he's one of them, and he's not happy about it.
All these Aes Sedai look alike to me.
Yep.
And Aes Sedai
Two Aes
stole my
Sedai stole my truck. And Perrin is one of the first ones to ask out loud, why does everything feel so different? Why is the blight a little less blighty? And Moraine says to them, we struck a mighty blow against the shadow. And even to the point where as they move on the next day, as the blight fades away, they notice new growth. Like the trees that were gnarled, are a little less, and that it fades into straighter trees that are now blooming with leaves faster. They see grass growing. And so Moraine is surprised. Oh, we a great victory against the Dark One, because now the land is changing. Like the seasons are
Doesn't
physically.
Matt here ask like how? Then he's
Yes.
just like sarcastically like, yeah, but what did we even do?
And that's it. Exactly. He's like, how do we even do
Rand
this?
fell
What
down
happened?
the hill. That's all that happened. Rand fell down
Exactly.
the hill, disappeared
It's-
for 3 days, and that's all that happened. I bet Perrin's just looking at him, being like, like, yep,
Sure.
sure.
And-
That's
and-
exactly what happened. Yeah.
And Rand notices here, speaking of that Perrin's eyes are full on amber yellow now. There's not even just a little bit of light gathering. He's full on wolf eyed. And yes, Matt, if you haven't noticed, as the impeccable timing of asking silly things at the wrong time, and is totally minimizing it. Like, we didn't even do anything. And according to what he knows, Rand just fell down a hill, and we're moving into spring. So as they kind of are speculating, they ride into the first little fort town there, to a celebration. A bunch of soldiers are back from Tarwin's Gap. Yeah, man, we fucked them up. The Dark One stinks. Light has won. They're all high-fiving and bro-clapping each other. Happy to see, yes.
So sorry. Just before we get too much further, can we all just for a second imagine that we're Matt and Perrin, who have got the narrative after, like, we're gonna have to go here, we're gonna have to like fight the Dark One, we're gonna have to, risk everything. And then they go, there's like the Forsaken are free, and they're like here, and there's like the green, what's he fucking called? Green Giant's dead. What, I don't know what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The Green Man.
Yeah, the
Really
Green
good
Man.
name.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, the Green Giant sells sweet corn in the UK. Apologies.
Green
So,
Giant.
literally. Oh, okay, an American then as well. And then they're just told, yeah, and then like they both died, and now we're going, and it's like, cool. Like, they're just literally kind of like, so we went here. We were probably gonna die. We turned up. The Forsaken just died. Now we can go with the like treasure that we found. It's like, yep. It's like,
so did Moraine? Did Moraine lie to Perrin and Matt and tell? Well, the book hasn't told me that yet, so I don't know.
I did. I ruined it ages ago.
I know, but like, so like to agree with you from their perspective. They walked into this chamber with the eye of the world. Green Man came in, one shot one of the bad guys, suicide bombing himself. Then Moraine, off screen because they ran away. Moraine killed him. And then what did they not ask? They just, whenever they came up, they're like, what happened to the other guy? Because she can't lie. What happened? She just shrug.
Let them believe what they wanted.
Because that's true. Because she just shrugged, be like, oh, I don't know what happened. He walked away. So just obfuscated the truth there. Just because again, that's off screen for us because Rand is in another dimension. So
to be fair though, like they should have probably included this bit, but she definitely could have been like, the Forsaken, those Forsaken are dead. We've struck a major battle, like blah. And I would imply from that, oh cool, you killed him. And then if they go, oh cool, you killed him, be like, he sure did die. Like, okay, wow.
Yes.
And you specifically, Moraine, you killed him. It would look that way from what you're looking at right now, wouldn't it? And you're like, okay.
Yeah, but if she can't lie, if they ask directly, what
then Land goes, of course they did, you idiots. Now let's go. Perfect.
It's simple, Annie. Rand ran up the hill. The guy followed him. Rand ducked, and he fell off the hill to his death. Bam.
Of course. Yeah, he fell off the bull.
Yeah, while Rand was throwing up on them to help secure the weight.
Yeah, we confirmed that.
Correct.
Like blinded. Yeah, they told the girls because they had to.
Right. So then, like Echo was saying, then from their perspective, all that happened is they went into this room with the eye of the world. Mm-hmm. Two boss guys get one-shotted, and then they're like, "Cool, I guess that was easy." And we got a horn. All right, cool. We got another mission. Let's go. And I guess they're just smiling and nodding. Just
I think and some other Forsakens might be free too because this thing decided to break out of nowhere. Perfect.
I think I kind of answered my own question initially. Sorry, Spurg, for taking us on a tangent.
No, that's fine.
But I think I answered it with regards to they just assume Moraine killed Agnor. That must be it. They must go, oh, okay, because she held him off.
Why even bother? Why even bother asking? She must have.
Yeah,
I made the same assumption though before you guys kind of
right ran. That guy ran away like a pussy.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
Why would you think any different from your friend either? I would have ran like a puss too. Why would this guy's gonna fucking set me on fire with magic? I can't do anything about it. You saw what happened to Lan. He got bitch slapped right, out of the way. There's nothing anybody else could do.
His hand didn't even touch him. He got literally force slapped away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And while Lan was getting force slapped away, Matt, Perrin, and Lorena Bobbitt over there were fucking running towards a hiding spot, so they didn't get to see the battle.
I love being able to discuss this because if I was just reading this alone by myself, I would just be like, "This is so annoying." Like, I just have to make assumptions and just be like, "Sure." Hopefully, it'll get explained later.
It's
You know
why
what,
doing the
though?
book it's why
This
doing
is
the
what's
book is so
making this
good.
fun.
Though. Yeah, exactly. Because I wouldn't have thought to kind of give Perrin and Matt a bit of shit for not like questioning it. I would just be like, okay, fine, they weren't there. But now I'm like, really, guys? The massive big fight against the Dark One, and you're just like, and it just fixed itself. So that was nice.
That was
Let's
cool.
go home.
That was really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Let's give it back to
and-
Spurg because he might lose
Well, and
his head.
Perrin more or less. Oh, we're done here. We can go home right after they come out of the cavern. He says that. Or we can go home now. It's like Perrin, you son of a bitch. You know,
No,
and
you
I
can't.
missed a thing. I missed a thing at the end of this chapter, chapter 52. I'm pretty sure Moraine says to Rand specifically, "You can do whatever you want now, according to the pattern." Basically saying like, "Yeah, you're a free guy now, but are ya? Because the pattern is what's pulling your strings, dude. You know, so you can think you can run away, but we'll see. We shall
It's like-
see."
That's like when you're a kid and you're kind of going, "Can I go town on a weekend?" And your mum's like, "If you can get to town," and you're like, well, I need you to take me to town. I can't really get to town myself. And it's like, if
Mhm.
you can get to town, you're more than welcome to go to town. It's like, Rand's like, okay,
Fine.
Moraine, can I go back to the two rivers? Oh no, no, I'm not taking you back to the two rivers. That shit. Okay.
That's it. You could try. And see, for me, Echo, when I was a kid, and because you know your parents, or not your parents, my parents did the same thing to me. Yeah, sure, you can do that if you can accomplish it on your own. Even though I'm asking a monumental task.
Look yourself out. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And so smart me goes and sits down and like, wait a minute. I think my mom's fucking with me. You know, like, you know, it takes me a minute to like register because immediately I'm like trying to resolve it in my head. How do I do this now? And I'm like, wait a minute, I do need help. God damn
That's
it.
smarter than you. I just sat in a car for 5 hours on a Saturday until my mum.
Somebody's gonna come start the car. Just sitting there waiting.
Ha!
being
Gotcha,
pleasant.
bitch.
So as as our Emmons Field 5, Moraine and Lan and Loyal come into town to the celebrations. It's spring. Somebody remarks that, you know, great victory over the light. You know, the Dark One has been vanquished. They're all happy.
And we won our battle in Tarwin's Gap.
Exactly. That's why they're all super, pumped because it was looking like a loss, and then all of a sudden it was a win. So, you know, it's like, hell yeah, bro. And they're happy that it's spring. The only person who doesn't have a smile on their face currently is Ingtar, who missed out on all the fun, apparently. I was too late by an hour.
As if we had to get reminded of this little crybaby. So he cries beforehand. They come out and he's like, "I'm still upset, guys." It's like, all right, okay. It's not all about you, Ingtar. Jesus Christ.
But it is. I didn't get to fight. I wanted to fight.
Yeah, that's what
Matt's like. You
should have rode
think
your
you've
horse
had a bad
better.
day. We just had a massive fight where we didn't do anything and everyone just died. You think your day was underwhelming? Jeez.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Matt's satisfied with that. He's like, all right, cool. I didn't really have to do shit except carry this broken disc or anything. And
Job done.
Ingtar, again, would have been disappointed to be there because he wouldn't have done anything. He'd have got smacked around just like Lan. If Lan can't help, how was Ingtar going to do anything? So he is upset that he missed the battle at Tarwin's Gap. He showed up a little too late because the victory had already happened. Which wasn't even due to the soldiers fighting everybody.
They helped.
Not talking about him yet, Chris.
So upset Ingtar, you know, I forget myself. My grief makes me forget my duty. Shut up, Ingtar. But welcomes in.
Peace.
Yes. Yes. Peace. Oh, he's so
Doesn't
upset.
he sound
about
like a really annoying NPC that you have to keep interacting
Yes.
with? And you're like, oh my god, skip. Yes.
it. You want to press X through his dialogue?
Finish.
This is the boss of the camp's assistant, and I have to talk to him every fucking time I interact with the boss. So
Yep.
skip.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go talk to the important guy.
And that's exactly what happens. Moraine is like, oh, hey, Ingtar. And Ingtar's like, oh, Moraine said, you look like shit. Do you want me to take you to your room? She's like, no, take me straight to Agomar. He's like, what? Take all of us to Lord Agomar right now, please. Okay. And so he does. He takes, he escorts.
I love
In
the
fact-
first thing Algamore says. It's so good. The first thing he says to him, gone, bitch slapping.
Real
What does
quick.
he say to Ingtar?
I don't know if I
Oh,
wrote that
save you.
too large.
I got it.
Okay.
When the group walks in, Lord Algamar immediately looks at Moraine and says the same thing. He's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?
Oh,
Why
yes.
didn't you take her to the doctor? That should have been the first thing you did."
Yes, yes.
And he's just like,
Can't win.
I tried, boss, but she said no.
Yes. So let me go through. As they enter, Lord Agomar is noticeably troubled. Sitting behind the desk, Moraine makes a point to have the blanket roll that's containing the banner taken straight to her room without anybody else kind of knowing what it is. Just like, let's get that over there. And yes, I did. Moraine refuses bed. Lord Agomar makes the statement, why didn't you help? What are you doing? And Ingtar says, Lord Agomar, I obeyed orders as I was told to do. And not only that, two other ladies come over, not Nynaeve and Egwene, but two other ladies are like, Moraine said, why are you up? What is wrong with you? And Moraine is annoyed by this, by the way. Exactly. She dismisses these two who help her into a chair. She's like, waves them away. Go away. So again, not only was she trying to humble brag about her strength against the Forsaken, she's now trying to stand on her own 2 feet and can barely do so, and is trying to act tough in front of the. So yeah, my perspective on Moraine this time, this read through,
I guess
very
Nynaeve
much-
has been rubbing off on her because she's very much acting like Nynaeve right now.
yes, there is probably some not resentment, but like tension from Nynaeve and Moraine, just those interactions building up over time and being annoying to her. Because again, like Egwene and Nynaeve were probably questioning Moraine while she was laying in after the fight, because she had to explain the Dark One seals again and was annoyed by it. So she already had to explain it to Nynaeve and Egwene once, and then had to explain it again and was annoyed at it. So you know that those two were questioning her. She's happy to have new Aes Sedai come in, but I don't think Moraine's exactly a teacher or has teacher's patience and is annoyed by those two students. And so, of course, now she's taking it out on everybody else. Two serving ladies who were just trying to help her sit down and get her a bed and a bath. What's wrong? Let's go away.
Bunch of
Just trying to be
bitches.
nice. Yeah, exactly.
I think she's also embarrassed that she got her ass kicked.
Oh, a bit, yes. She did take some lumps,
humbled a
right?
little. Mm.
That's why she's trying to talk her confidence back up. I see.
Hit the like
so-
button.
Oh, please. Yeah, or the Nodak button. Hit the Chris Mack button. That's what it'll be today. Lord Agomar, as Chris Mack mentioned, and Moraine have a chat. They mentioned that spring has come. It's a miracle. And that they won at Tarwin's Gap. Also a miracle. Like he mentions that word twice. Oh, because he's just bothered and perplexed by it.
I had
and-
porridge for breakfast. It's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. with this, guys.
So it's, well, Agomar's upset and he's like, yes, okay, so Moraine explains that defeating the Dark One and all of that has brought spring. That's a great victory, dude. It's awesome, right? And he's like, yeah, that's great. It's a miracle. Wonderful. It's the other thing that's bothering me. Soldiers can tell stories and they see what they see, and sometimes they get exaggerated, and it's a great thing. But I know what the hell I saw. I saw a dude.
XA on the dragon, eh?
Yeah, exactly
Shut
that.
up.
Yeah. And I think that's what Moraine is kind of doing. So like he's seen a man who is like channeling the power, and he was like, that cannot be what I saw, should not be, cannot be, and I don't want it to be, basically. And Moraine gives him the if you're playing the drinking game at home, take a shot, the wheel weaves. And Lord Agomar has to like bite his tongue and say, yeah, I guess you're right, you know. She's like you just said, Ixnay on the Agandre. She basically is saying that to Lord Agomar that, yep, what you're seeing is what it is. And just keep it under your hat, buddy. Because
Well, that's why she shows him a certain something in a minute, right, Spur?
yes, that the seal is broken.
to try to sweeten the deal. She tries to show him what they're going.
Oh yeah. That other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it wasn't clear, he's describing the soldiers describing seeing Rand in the battlefield, just absolutely destroying it.
Yes,
Hello.
Chandler. Yeah.
Hey,
it was
everyone.
one guy because he says like they should have lost. They would have fought to the end. But like you mentioned earlier, and dude came in and basically one shot the army, just dumped boulders on him, set him on fire, hit him with lightning, and it whatever was left ran away. The Drakkar flew away. That's how like devastating it was. And the soldiers believe it to be the creator himself who had came back to save them from certain defeat, because the light always wins. You have to win. It's what we do. But Moraine asks Agomar if
ginger. How weird.
Exactly, a tall ginger. Moraine asks if Padan Fain is still jailed. Agomar said yes, he's downstairs, he's locked up. He's going from begging and crying to bossing around back and forth, so he's still manic and doesn't know who he is or what's going on in his own brain, it seems. Moraine explains that the eye of the world is gone and that the green man is dead. And oh no, and all that, so Agomar's like, holy shit. You guys, so the green man's dead? You lost? And no, we won. Spring returning is evidence of us winning. But I'm afraid that the last battle is yet to come. And Rand kind of like goes to say something here, and Moraine like looks at him to shut him up. Because I think Rand was going to be like, nah, dude, I killed him. I promise you. I just fucking stabbed the guy right over there. I did it. No worries, bro. And so Moraine cuts him off before he can say anything, because he was about to. I think he was about to say that.
Yeah, he's a big blabbermouth.
I wasn't going to say that, man. I was going to think, can I go to the bathroom?
Right. No, that's not what I was going to say. So here, like you mentioned, Echo, to help quell Agonor's, upsetness and disturbing visions that he had, or what he had seen, she presents him with the horn. And as soon as Lord Agomar sees it, he loses his shit. That's what I wrote here. Lord Agomar loses his shit when he sees Lord. You know what I could do with that thing, dude? One blow on that horn. Holy shit. Let me run right up there right now to the blight. We'll stomp Shale Ghoul on the ground. No.
I
cuts him off. Oh, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I hate to do this, but for the final episode, we gotta have it. Is it not the same as when Boromir goes, do you know what we could do with this ring?
That ring?
We could lead this into this wouldn't, and you're like, no, that's literally the exact same thing. It's insane.
Yeah.
I had mentioned it once at least. Yeah, sorry.
It was his temptation of that. Yes, definitely, because that's exactly what he sees, and we saw it earlier with when Moraine first arrived. He wanted her there at Towerin's Gap. We need you there. He immediately wants. Lord Agomar is where he's at because his number one priority is destroying the shadow. So everything he sees that's an advantage to him or his army that would help vanquish that, immediately he's, all right, here's plan A. Let's do this. And that's what he wants to do. Give me that horn. I'm tooting that bitch on a horseback. We're fucking shit up.
I can't blame him. Another Lord of the Rings parallel. It's basically like they just showed him a device. It's like, oh yeah, I can just summon an army of ghosts to just fight this entire army for you.
Fulfill your oath.
Yeah, I could just I just have a fucking a literal win button right here. And he's like, can I press it? And it's like, well, not right now. We got to go use it somewhere else.
Well, and what did it say on the horn? Do you guys remember? The grave is no bar to my call. Wonder what kind of people are going to be summoned.
I mentioned heroes.
Mm-hmm. The heroes of legend.
Is his point. Yeah.
Heroes of legend. Legends reborn.
So Moraine checks him and is like, no, you can't have that horn. It's not for you. And it must go to Ilion. Ilion! And Perrin remarks here, Ilion, holy shit, that's exactly the opposite direction of where we just spent all this fucking time walking. You mean we got to walk exactly across the entire Earth again? Thank you.
I pictured him rolling his eyes before he reacted to that. What you didn't notice as well is there was another inscription on the horn, a bit lower down, where it says, "Not P.S. Not for Lord Algamar," and she shows that to him as well, and he's like, "Oh man, that's
right."
She's so cool. She's like, look. She's like, look what we've got, and he's like, okay, cool, brilliant, yeah, not for you. And he's like, oh, okay.
Why
Right.
would you show me
That's
this?
It's like showing a kid like little like cool car, and they're, oh, thanks, and it's like, no, I'm just showing you it. It's for the kid
Right.
over there.
Hey, check out this cool racetrack I got. It's a Hot Wheels one. It's got double loops and everything. Oh, awesome. Can we open it and play with it? No, I got it for your cousin for Christmas.
Bye.
Yeah, right. Watch it get wrapped up and go in the closet for somebody else. Thank you. Merry fucking Christmas indeed. So after Moraine checks them, they want to go to Ilion. They ask for an escort to go to Ilion. I need about 100 soldiers. Take me there. We're going to go drop this off. Hunters for the horn. Oh, real quick. So, yeah. They ask for the escort. Agamar is defeated, but he agrees. Yes, I will escort you to Ilion, and we will take the horn there against my good wishes. The Eye of the World is gone. That's the other point that I needed to make. This is where Moraine says to Agomar that no more young adventurers are going to go looking for the eye up in the Blight anymore. You know, like we were talking about legends and things around, like the Horn of Valier being a legendary item. Going to find the Green Man is like a pilgrimage style thing. I'm going to fight my way through the Blight and find the Green Man. I think that's like what she's saying to Agomar here, is that don't let any more of your boys just go into the Blight.
Don't let any of those idiots go in there. Yeah, he's
that legend is over. You can start telling people the Green Man is no more.
Yeah,
And so
until
nobody will go
somebody
looking.
else finds a different way to the Eye of the World or its physical location and how to get into it. Yeah, the one way anyone knew how to get to it was the Green Man, and that guy's gone. So stop sending people out there to look for that guy.
I
Exactly.
think the Eye of the World is gone as well, essentially. I think the Eye of the World was that all off power, essentially. I think that's kind of what it was, and it's used
It was
up now,
it was holding that domain
longer.
open.
Yeah. So I think none of it exists anymore. That's quite cool, though. I totally 1,000,000% missed that every time I read that before. That she's kind of saying to him, "You can stop sending people after this pilgrimage now." That's quite a cool little.
I read your private chat there, Echo. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. We peaked up at about 13, 14 people today. I'm so happy and surprised. Thank you guys for hanging out. We got a couple of you guys call us nerds, but you guys are sticking around. You nerds in the chat. I love it.
Yeah, you're the idiots. You're the real idiots.
Pineapple, you're so mean. So 7 days pass from where they had initially ended their conversation with Lord Agomar. So Rand is now practicing the sword up on a terrace, a balcony overlooking more celebration, because people are arriving back from other towns where they were fled to safety, and now they're coming back. And so this celebration has been going on for a week, which I thought was a nice touch. It shows you the speed of news and thus the festivities afterward. It's like when you're having a house party or something, and then like 10 more people show up 2 hours into the party, and you keep going because there's 10 new people here, and it breathes new life into it. So as more refugees are arriving back home, the party's like, oh shit, yeah, let's keep it going, man. Get another keg of ale out and let's just keep partying. But meanwhile, Rand is upstairs practicing the sword with Lan, who's judging him pretty nicely. Lan is training him, and Rand is pushing himself hard, and Lan makes a remark, you can't become a blade master in 2 weeks, sheepherder. And Rand very petulantly is like, I don't want to be a blade master. I just want to impress my father. And slams his sword back into the scabbard while doing so. My dad is my dad, and this is his sword, and I want to be cool. And Lan is explaining to him,
my papa. It's like, all right,
chill
out, man.
That's quality over quantity every time, Dee.
No, give me 13,000 dummies. Come on.
I mean, if they're all giving me $1 each, I'll take it.
It does sound nice.
So Lan is trying to explain to him, it's like, dude, you got a heron marked blade. There's going to be problems with that. You need and Rand's being apprehensive about being a good swordsman. He just wants to impress his father and leave. He's like, he says that he's going to take off, and Lan, he doesn't say it outright, but Lan is like, so you haven't changed your mind? And Rand kind of snaps back at Lan. Would you not what would you do basically if you were me? And Lan doesn't really have an answer for him. He just kind of gives him a hard look. And
I
This-
mean, I think that's a stupid question because if Lan was in Rand's position, I think it's pretty obvious what he would do. What he has to do, he would follow with what he's told and the way the wheel weaves. You know, so he'd be like, "All right, so I guess I'm the guy now."
Mm-hmm. And Lan mentions that to him. You can do whatever you want, sheep herder, according to the pattern. Kind of tags it with that little line, like, "Go ahead, man, do whatever you like." But see what it's just. Mm-hmm. I like Blinded Fool is not. I'm not sure what this is exactly. I don't want any of that surrogate father.
It's about Rand.
Well, I understand that, but in my mind, I'm thinking of karmic. Like he just wants to sing. Like I don't want any of this. I just
not from the Dabble verse. Come on.
And that's what I mean. Like I
Doesn't
can't
know
make that
karmic
reference, but it was like again with the 1300. Like he has a big audience of dummies who just keep messing with him, and all he wants to do is sing in front of them. And they just that's what I thought. She has huge tracts of land, and the prince is trying to he keeps trying to. But I'll have none of that. None of that. Like he keeps trying to bust into a musical song during the Holy Grail. It's a pretty because he's trying to get. Anyway. Good movie. I should watch that. It's awesome.
At least you two know what you're on about, I guess. Good stuff.
I also know, but I'm not giving them anything.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Thank you. So Rand and Lan are having the conversation, and Rand's like, "I'm gonna leave," and then I'm imagining it happened this way. Lan heard Egwene come up behind him. Rand didn't see this. And Lan goes, "Okay, I'm going to leave you now," and then walks away, and then there's Egwene directly behind Lan, only to like kind of ambush Rand. Do you know what I mean? Like Lan doesn't flinch; she just turns stone face. He heard her coming, but knows Rand didn't. So I thought that was kind of neat, in my opinion. And Egwene goes, "Where? Where do you plan on going? Like what? Why are you leaving?"
Is this where the music started playing again? The fucking
a little bit, but just
Yeah.
a little bit into this. Yes.
Mm.
So, Rand is
there it
upset
is.
because Moraine hasn't been talking to him. Like she's avoiding me at all costs. She doesn't even want anything to do with me. And
Like
Egwene
Dumbledore
is trying-
with Harry when he
Right.
thinks that Voldemort can read his thoughts.
Do diddly do.
I can give you a doot doodly. There we go.
Fucking Christ.
That's one of my favorite. I love that drop. So Egwene is like trying to convince Rand to come to Tarvalin with Matt and Perrin, and Nynaeve is going. Matt has to go to Tarvalin to get the bond broken from the dagger.
Yeah, what could go
Nynaeve
wrong, Rand?
Right.
Come with
Nynaeve's
us.
coming just to hang out with Egwene because, she doesn't need anything else except to be a friend of Egwene's there while she goes through training. Not Nynaeve. She's not going through any training. And Perrin's coming along because he's a cool dude. You should come too. And Rand mentions Star. He's like, I fear being gentle. That's exactly what they're going to do to me. I'm a man who can channel Egwene. It's like, I'm not exactly the guy that wants to be in Tarvalin. I am, I'm worried for myself. I'm sorry.
The red guys won't like me there.
Exactly. And Egwene says to him, if you don't touch it, you'll be safe. Moraine said so. You should be fine. You'll be okay. Trying to convince him to stick with the group. And he thinks to himself, what if he can't? What if he can't resist reaching out to the true power, to the one source?
Mhm.
You
Could be my magical slave guard.
Don't you want
Yeah.
that? You'll be my warder.
Hey, he already agreed. So is he going to back out now?
Yep.
Yes. 100%.
Right. I know, right?
Yep.
Flaky ass dude.
In the midst of denying that he'll touch the power, he says, "I'll cut my hand off before I touch the power again," which I thought was kind of funny. Play on words.
Mm.
Yeah. What if he can't? What if he can't touch the power or resist touching the one power and channeling all that greatness? And again, he laments for his home where he can never go. And he accepts his destiny, like he accepts he's got to have to be alone wherever he goes. He's going to have to be alone. And he gives Egwene a nice hug and says to her in her ear, "I can never go home, never home." And that's where we get the perspective shift from
he whispers
Moraine
in
looking
her
at.
ear before he leaves, and he goes, "One more shag for the road."
Yeah, exactly. Shut up and blow me. No, that's not what he said. Sorry. So Moraine is looking at the broken seal, but in her other hand, she has that blue stone that we saw her and Egwene use early to learn how to channel and all this. And it turns out she's been using that stone to eavesdrop. She heard the whole conversation between Rand and Egwene. Yeah, exactly, dude. I didn't remember this. I did not remember this at all.
What up, bitch?
Yeah, no, she's eavesdropping, but she smiles to herself and says that the dragon is reborn. And that's where it ends with the nice little, like Lou mentioned, a nice little tune carries us out through that little last paragraph chapter. And that is the end of book 1 of The Wheel of Time.
So I was slightly confused about that. So does the female narrator going forward do multiple female characters? Because in the book, up until that moment, it was only Nynaeve.
Correct.
One way find out, I guess.
Yeah. But this isn't really a spoiler. When it's from the
Spoiler!
woman's perspective, she'll do all the voices, male and female.
So it's
Just
not
like when
Nynaeve's narrator.
Right.
Exactly.
Got it.
Just like when it's from the male perspective, Michael Kramer was doing Moraine's voice, and he was just kind of like being it up here. So it's like that.
I'm a stupid bitch called Moraine. He did add a lot of things that weren't in the book. Oh, I'm such a cunt. I'm so
I'm a miserable cunt. Yeah, exactly. So that's it. We finished up our book. We're done. The dragon has been reborn.
Bravo,
we now know it's Rand.
Oh, thank God.
Are you guys looking forward to book 2? Do you want to know what's
I don't know. After
the future now.
After the way this shit ended, I don't know if I want to keep going.
Okay, cool. Lose out. 3 of us. We'll see you in the new year, everybody.
Fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, but King Agamemnon does not survive. Fucking Rand does not save them in the fucking whatever the Valley of Death.
Oh, you're talking about the show. I thought you were
retard.
spoiling the second book
You're
for me. I was like, what the
retard,
fuck?
No, see, this is what I waited
You've read
for.
an entire book. Who cares, Lou? You read an entire book.
Light Blinded
Stop
Fool
being-
does. We're the only two who read the book and the fucking show. Like I said,
Not true.
King Agamemnon is
100%, Chris.
dead. His sister fucking is the one who channeled
Well,
in that labyrinth. Fuck out of here. This is my time to shine.
No, see, like
control of StreamYard, he'd be kicked right now.
I said I was waiting until the end of the fucking shit, the thing, dude.
you
Give me my
held it
moment.
in well. I'll let you blow up. Go ahead. I
Come
understand what
on.
you're saying.
Go on, say your nonsense, Lou. Say
So
your
what? He
nonsense.
died. He
What's
dies
happening in the show?
where does he die? In Tarwin's Gap?
Yes, he gets a
Apparently,
fucking
I would
comic
imagine.
spear. He's hanging on a wall as a picture ornament.
So they mix a lot
fucking
of stuff up,
manhandled.
Annie.
And let's be
They
honest,
push a lot
again,
of stuff together from book 1 and book 2.
Of course,
So
why not?
I'm always like, don't mention the show because a lot of the time you don't know what you're maybe.
what is
saying
happening
from book
here
2.
with all this is all book 1. Let's be honest, Pineapple. This
well,
brings
not
up
if
an
that's not
interesting
how it
point.
happens in a
Which
book.
ending
It's
did
not,
you
is it?
like better, Lou? The book or the end of season 1 of the show? But see, that's the thing. We're not introduced to the slutty sister according to Spurg and Pineapple. This slutty sister gets fucking Nynaeve and Egwene and 3 other stupid
Careful.
Aes Sedai that
careful.
have no name to do what Rand did. Rand is not there. Rand is, at the eye of the world with only Moraine. There's no Land, there's no Matt, and there's definitely no L'Oreal saving us with makeup.
Not cool,
Well, see, that's the thing. What? And Annie brought the comment up that Light Blinded Fool mentioned. A lot of people were so dissatisfied with the show because it had veered so much from the book. It deliberately put Rand on the back burner to give Egwene and Nynaeve more
Shine.
presence, and they didn't need it. You know what I mean? This isn't. And in fact, the show tried to lead you to believe that Egwene could be the Dragon Reborn. And that was fucking ridiculous.
For that alone, I hated season 1 because I was fuming the entire time when me and my wife was watching because she didn't know anything about the book. So she's just enjoying a nice, decent show. And I'm like, it's retarded.
Meanwhile, you're just vibrating and just...
Yeah, I would have been too because
Annie,
it's...
can you can probably help me with this, yeah? So the jeopardy of the Dragon Reborn is what was the Dragon Reborn and what did the Dragon Reborn do, as far as you're aware? What was the Dragon Reborn responsible for?
In this book?
Yes, yeah, not in a show that you haven't watched, yeah, in a book.
I guess. Okay, I'm from my perspective, I guess, since it's
as much
basically
as they
confirmed to be
yeah.
Rand.
Mm-hmm.
So he from what?
Oh, not the Reborn. Sorry, I'm an idiot. The actual dragon. Sorry, yeah, that's my bad. What did the actual dragon?
What did you get? Yeah, what did you get out of the lore of who the dragon is and why it's not a good thing to be the dragon?
So the original dragon was Lews Therin, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not good because he went mad and killed his kin. Why he's called the Kinslayer? And his homies and him broke the world, and then he went turbo insane and turned himself into a mountain.
Why did they break the world? As far as you're aware, one sec. Sorry, Liz, a really important point. Why did they break the world? As far as you're aware, from reading the book, from what you've been told, what happened to them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and
why did they go mad?
Why did they go mad?
Because of the taint on Sidene.
Correct.
Yes, the Mao side. So the jeopardy is the Dragon Reborn is going to be a man, and the jeopardy there is he will go mad. As far as we're concerned, he's going to go mad
and destroy the world
because no dragon has ever not gone mad.
Correct. So why lead it to believe? Why lead an audience to believe that it's going to be a woman at all? Period.
Wokeism.
It's exactly right.
Yes.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. 100%.
How stupid is that? Because they didn't get rid of the tainted Sidene. They called it something different, but they didn't get rid of that. That's still guys still go mad. Yeah. So the jeopardy is if Egwene was the Dragon Reborn, brilliant. She won't go mad, and she can just go to Tarval and get taught by all these women who still know how to teach her how to use the one power.
So that's why it's infuriating, because based on the lore that itself has given us, she can't be the Dragon Reborn. She could be something else. She could be like a new sort of ultra mega Aes Sedai.
You could add her in as Ta'Viren as well. You could have made her Ta'Viren, just as powerful
she can't
as
be the dragon because the dragon is only a title given to the title of a guy, male channeler, who is powerful, because it's implied that males can channel, but there is only one dragon, which is like Neo.
So the point of it is, what I was trying to get across was, let's just say it doesn't matter if you're male or female. If the dragon was female, is there any jeopardy? Because she won't fucking go insane. Because
not based on what we know. No, there would be no.
So it's a 50-50 flip of the coin, whether she's going to be an OP champion of the world with zero risk, or someone who's going to destroy the world or save it. You know, that's the point why it's so retarded that can't happen.
Okay, so I had no clue about this book series when I watched this show. I knew it was based off a book.
Yeah, exactly, Chris Mack. That's what I'm saying. Like based on the book itself saying that, that wouldn't make any sense.
Like I was saying, when I watched it, I never pictured Egwene being the Dragon Reborn. I never saw the women as them. I just saw them as separate channelers.
They pushed it incredibly. Like they
may have pushed it, but I wasn't paying attention
Alright.
to their push.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to anything. People who are paying attention to it were told it's one of these 5. They literally got told by Moraine. She like ends the thing going, could be any of these 5. And you're like, no, you know for a fact it's not
Well,
like 2 of those 5, Moraine. you
when
idiot.
Matt bitched out and didn't go into the Waygate, I knew he wasn't shit but a gesture. In love with that stupid dagger.
Got it.
Yeah, he just didn't
Yep.
want to do shit. And so how this show ended, shit you not. It kept ran with the whole I'm going to leave, but it wasn't with Egwene. It's him speaking to Moraine, and you have Lan running through the fucking blight to get to them too. And again, I don't know if I want to say this because I don't know if he is or isn't, but who they think they killed at the end of this book isn't who they think. At least that's the way the show made me feel.
Sure.
And Light Blinded Fool mentioned something in the chat a little ways back is with the whole, the tidal wave and village and all this other shit, which was kind of cool in the show because it was like a prelude to what was to come in season 2.
Yeah, that's not necessary for the book for us to know.
So again, to Deadpool's question, yes, I actually enjoyed book 1 so far. I'm enjoying the book. Do I like the deviations that the show made? In some cases, yes, and in others, no. The Green Man would have been cool to me.
Oh yeah, that's something I could have cut. I would have done something different there.
He doesn't need to exist at all.
That was
yeah,
right.
Again,
That's more salt in the plate.
Yeah.
Too much salt in the plate.
Maybe, but Moraine knows how to get to the fucking Eye of the World.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
No need for the guy then.
And the Eye of the World in the show was technically the yin and the yang. It's kind of like the same thing in the Rian Johnson Star Wars movie, how the Force is the yin and the yang. So I guess it's a good trope to try to use as good and evil.
That's the design for the Aes Sedai, mate. That's the what is it? One half is the male Aes Sedai, one half is the female, and it's literally the Aes Sedai is the literal symbol that you're thinking about. So yeah. But anyway, go on, Spug. Take control.
The white side is the flame of Tarvalin. It's the flame that represents the female half, Sidar, and the dragon thing, the black half, is got a little spiky on it. And that's the male half that represents Sidene. Light Blinded Fool in the chat says, yes, absolutely in the lore that it could be a woman as the dragon, but it would be in a completely different story. Exactly. It would be so much more anticlimactic because you would have basically Superwoman now fighting because she would have every advantage.
Yeah, that's my only issue with it is it's the jeopardy. The whole point is that they're like, so people say the dragon's there to either save or destroy. Like the dragon will either save us or will end the world because he's gonna most likely go crazy. If it's a woman, you're like, oh my god, how fucking lucky are we? And then that's the end of it, right? There's no
stakes.
Jeopardy, there's no risk. That's it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No stake, no risk.
There's no men for 3,000 years who have been able to channel that have survived long enough to learn how to do it to teach. In this case, Rand. Guess what? Egwene immediately found someone who could teach her, and she's not even a very good teacher, but enough to like kind of be semi-decent. So yeah, shut up.
That's right. It's all.
Bang! It's a penis symbolism. Hoorah!
Thank you guys for hanging out. That's it, right? We're done. We're wrapped up. We got a little bit of compared show notes from Lou. We know that Moraine is now an eavesdropping spy on Rand and Egwene, who
What a bitch.
Their relationship kind of didn't really go anywhere. You know, there was always this little bit of not even a kiss, but a little bit of eye looking and that kind of thing. And
that's a lot of teasing between the two.
Yeah, it was a relationship that never was. Overall, I really do like the book. It is not a great standalone book. You could read it as that, and if you went and done it, and it's forgettable because it's so comparable to many other works of literature. But I think that's to try to entice you with familiarity and give you just enough differentials. Like, okay, what is going to happen with the horn? Where did Tom Marilyn go? What is going to happen to? Is he going to eventually go mad and kill people? How interesting could that be? Versus,
are we going to see the wolves ever again?
Yeah, right. It's
What
what's
happens with
Perrin
that
up
dagger?
to. Matt and the dagger. And in fact, Egwene did do that at the very end when she was trying to convince Rand to go to Tarvalin with them. You know, Perrin's coming along. He's a cool dude. We got to help Matt still, and Nynaeve will be there. It's all good. There's a really enticing
like Perrin? You like
right.
Perrin, don't you? Do you want to come play with Perrin?
But at the same time, she's giving us the reminder of everything that happened throughout the book that we may have already forgotten, you know. Remember Matt and the dagger? Remember this thing over there? Remember that thing over there? We got to take this horn over here. So, yeah, there is unfinished threads to the pattern for book 2. As a standalone, I would give it probably a 7 out of 10. In the context of the entire book series, it's definitely up towards like an 8.5, 9. Because of... And the reason it's not even higher than that or something like that is because some of the things just do get thrown away that we mentioned. There's just one and done. You saw it in this book and it's never mentioned again. It's just kind of, this is a band's first album, so the sound might change a little later. The world changes a little bit because the details come into a clearer fruition. And on the back of the book, of the cover that is behind Echo, there is some, you know, other authors and reviewer things. It's not there on that image, but one of them is that Robert Jordan has created an entire universe unto itself. And if you like great detail, this is the type of series for you. And I agree. Robert Jordan picks up where the Lord of the Rings kind of leaves off. You know, we get a nice tight story with Lord of the Rings. It's a great smaller epic. This is a very long epic. I hope you guys do stick around. I hope you do get into book 2, Lou. What are your guys' final thoughts and answers while we get out of here? Right at 2.5 hours. For an hour-long section of book, we went a little long, huh?
Well, we
had the final episode, so.
True. Annie,
what
Lou,
about
and
next
Echo,
week?
and next week's a week off, I think. Or maybe
Annie mentioned
discussion.
getting together an impromptu discussion next week, so I'm down.
Why don't we answer Spurg's question, and then we can wrap it up in our plugs. Okay,
and then we'll talk. Yes.
If I was gonna go like with Snake and rate the book, if I'm just rating it by itself, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It was a great ride, but I didn't like how it was wrapped up because it's clearly like leading into, all right, let's go into a second and maybe even a third book. So it's clearly at least a trilogy, which I appreciate. I like how much it's set up, and I'm excited to see a lot of these concepts, locations, and characters being revisited. And I'm really excited, more specifically, to see more of Matt and Perrin and them get more of a character development. We got a good chunk of Perrin, but we still, like, Matt has literally no character in the entire book, like, objectively speaking. He's just there so some characters aren't alone in scenes and dialogue. I'm excited and hopeful that Matt will kind of get something, because this whole book he's just been nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to see Tom come back, because it was basically confirmed that there was no Gleeman death in Whitebridge. If there was, somebody would have said something about it. Like, it would have been mentioned, definitely, that the Gleeman died. Unless, like I said, that for whatever reason, the Murdrell killed Tom and then took the body and smuggled it out of town somehow. Wouldn't make any sense. So I'm excited for Tom to come back. And to sum it all up, I would say this is a great intro to the series, and it does have me hooked for the next book.
Yay.
Yeah, bring on the next book. Let's go. I wasn't gonna rate the book, but fuck it, I'll give it an 8. Said it opened my ears to different aspects that the show didn't give me. So that's something I enjoyed. So I want to see what Book 2 does because, season 2 will dive into book 2 somewhat. So I'll still be able to annoy Pineapple.
Yay. Also fun. Look at that shaking his head.
Oh, my dog's attacking me. Sorry, but yes,
Okay.
I'll copy what Spurg did in regards to it as a standalone book and as part of the series. I'll maybe echo you as well, not too far off. 7 as a standalone book, it definitely has its issues, but I probably would have been all right with it. I'm okay with not amazing fantasy stories, with quite a few holes in it. But as part of the season, as part of the series, I'll probably put it nearly 9. Maybe 9, because it gives you so much stuff to start off with. And I'm like Annie, even though I know a lot of stuff, I'm like, I can't wait for you to kind of get proven right about Matt, because he hasn't had anything. And I guess it's supposed to be intentional. At least I interpret it as intentional, because he was possessed and what have you with the dagger and all that shit. But he's an amazing character, so I'm really excited for that. Even though I'm not sure if we see it in the next book or not. I'm not too sure. But yes,
Oh, don't do that to me.
No. So yeah, thoroughly impressed. Really, really enjoyed doing it this way as well with you guys. I think I learned a lot more about the story. I think if we did this the whole way through, I could genuinely tell people bit by bit about what happens in A Wheel of Time. Whereas if you ask me now, Spurg, after this, me and you go, what happens here? What happens here? I'll be like, I don't know. I kind of roughly know. So yeah, it was good.
Right. Same. I can give you a general outline, but if we want to dig into certain scenes or in chronological order, I would totally be lost. One of my favorite scenes, I think, regarding Matt is coming up in the next book. I think it's early as the next book. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, he's very underdeveloped. You're correct, Annie, 100%. He's just a one-dimensional. He comes in the room with oh, you're still alive, or, oh, don't go in there, it's all full of cobwebs. It's very much comic relief-ish. Like Lou mentioned, he's just the jester right now. Kind of just
He's
there.
Mm.
But yes, there's so much room for these characters to grow later on. You guys will love it. I hope at some point you don't get like, all right, I'm not. I think you'll get the more book you read, the more it's going to hook you, I think, and not drive you away. Until maybe book 5 or 6 somewhere. Where you're just like, okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, let's do plugs, Annie, Lou, and then Echo, and we'll get the heck out of here and call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I would like everyone to follow me. I have a slew of new What's This Game coming out next year. So go follow my YouTube channel, Insanity, INSANEITY on YouTube.
You can follow me, Lou the God, on YouTube and Twitter. Don't know what we got coming up, but we're going to make it work.
Perfect. And you can follow me at OG Mumbling Nick. I have a political show every Sunday at like 4 o'clock my time, so I'll never see it. And I also do occasional, I try my best episodes, which is kind of Dabbleverse related. I wear a mask and I mumble, and I'm from Boston. So yeah, go give me a follow. Thank you.
Absolutely. And hold on, I clicked the wrong button because I'm going to put your link in the chat too, your actual Echo link. And I don't have Mumbling Nicks here, so now you make me feel like a jerk. Because I can't put Nicks in there.
Super tip at the end. Like, come on.
No. I'm not. You know me, dude. I'm not that bad.
You're not Echo Pineapple, for sure.
I am pretty bad, though. Thank you again to Deadpool for the $100 super tip. We can play that.
Murray Crimmins. Happy Chaka Khan.
Happy Chaka Khan. That's all. I do want to go make an Ian McKellen voice now, or Christopher Lee would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you
guys
again to
are
Mr.
going to
Tim.
do a wrap up. Sorry, I'm interrupting Tim's. Thank you. Sorry, I was just going to say
no
you guys are going to do a wrap up show next week, right? Whilst I'm not here, so I'm gonna go let the dogs out, and I'll speak to you guys at the end of the show if you're still around.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas. You won't see me on stream until after Christmas. Thank God. See you.
Merry Christmas.
All right, we'll see you in a minute, Mr.
You'll
Pineapple.
see me. You'll see me in a bit, Annie.
Yes. And we will see you next week, likely, probably a shorter one if we do a nice impromptu. I'm going to try and rope Cupcake in for it. Hopefully he's not working. And tell him to finish the book by then, and we'll talk to him about it. And then we'll tag on a bonus, wrap up episode and talk about our favorite moments if we can remember any. So until next time, y'all, we will see you next time. Get the hell out of here and go home, right?
We wear the footsteps of our fathers, the trail blazed by our mothers. They bought the land with their blood, Lord, long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks. Oh my, oh sing of Manetheret. Oh, we for the blood of Aiel. Oh, cry for Manetheret. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks. Oh my. Oh, sing of Manetheret. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for Manetheret. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks.